before they go off to college, 8 weeks away, their own little training camp starts.
Absolutely. A lot of all-stars on the field tonight. Tough to highlight just a couple, but two guys that wear number 12. Keep your eye on tonight. For the South, it's a running back who will be attending Notre Dame next year.
Notre Dame, I went to Boston College, and we didn't like those Golden Domers. I tell you, Courtney Watson looks like a great athlete. He's probably going to get quite a bit of carries in the first half.
Well, the other all-star tonight that wears number 12 will play for the North. He's a wide receiver. Antonio Wilkerson will be catching balls next year for Bill Snyder at Kansas State.
They say he can't be covered. They have some great, outstanding defensive backs on the North squad, and I'll tell you what, he's going to get the ball. He's going to get quite a lot of touches in this first half of this game also.
All-stars galore here on the field tonight. That's why they call it an all-star game. It's the best of the North versus the best of the South tonight at Mandarin High School in Jacksonville, Florida. The 11th annual Shrine Bowl right here on Sunshine. Back with the kick right after this.
My winning formula? First, I train. Then, I motivate. Fuel up. And dominate. What's your winning formula? Log on to Gatorade.com now and tell us. Gatorade, is it in you?
Very excited to be back in the community. I love the fans down here.
If you haven't been to an arena football game live, come to the National Car Rental Center because you'll love it and I guarantee you'll be back. Arena football is an Iron Man game.
These guys are tough.
If you want to see some high-scoring action, come see Al McNair and the Florida Bobcats. My kids love it, your kids will love it. The Florida Bobcats.
This July on Media One Home Theater. Critics are calling Copa America 1999 the must-see event of the year. Fox Sports World Espanol gives it 4 stars. An inspiring story of 12 national selections doing battle for the right to be called champion of the Americas. Starring defending champion Brazil, 2-time world champion Argentina, perennial contender Mexico, plus many, many more. Copa America 99 live in July. Score on every game with Media One Home Theater.
At Monarch Dodge, we're taking the woods.
How to find a car.
Because
Monarch Dodge price is the best price.
Uh-huh.
Listen to this.
Award-winning Durango, fully equipped, $24,993. Dakota pickup, V6 Air and automatic, just $14,993.
Nice price.
remember, no high-priced blues at Monarch Dodge.
Monarch Dodge, a fun family-owned dealership since 1974.
Uh-huh.
As another year of Florida high school sports is complete, it is time to acknowledge and award the performances and achievements of athletes statewide. The Florida High School Sports Awards, presented by Dairy Farmers, Tuesday night at 8 on Sunshine.
The 11th annual Shrine Game from Jacksonville is brought to you by Polaris Jet Skis and Media One. This is broadband. This is the way. Well, after a rainy afternoon, it looks like the skies are clearing just a little bit here at Mandarin in the southern part of the city of Jacksonville, and looks like we're about ready for the 11th annual Shrine Game right here on Sunshine. The South has won the toss, and it's elected to defer to the second half. The North's going to receive, and they'll be going right to left across your television screen. The North wearing the white jersey with the gold pants tonight. The South wearing the gold pants and the green jerseys. Back deep to receive for the North squad, Raymond Hudson, Antonio Wilkerson, who we told you about in the open, and Nick Thompson, a sprinter out of Tallahassee, Florida. The kick comes, and it's received by the North, and that's Thompson. Out across the 30, 35, out across midfield. He's into open field. DeWitt Benson. He's into the secondary, across the 10-5. Touchdown on the opening. No, they're going to say he's knocked out of bounds.
Looks like he's a little short, Bill.
They're going to say he's knocked out at the 1-yard line. I am telling you, folks, DeWitt Bitterson the Class 2A Player of the Year, has absolutely electrified the fans here at the Shrine Bowl game with an outstanding kick return.
Bill, I'll tell you what, they had just a simple wedge return on, and DeWitt found a couple holes and then put on the speed and almost took it all the way. Here he is just following up his wedge. He gets a few key blocks up front, and then all of a sudden everyone's run past him in his lane, and he just puts the jets on. I'm surprised he didn't get it into the zone.
The young man from Bradford County High School, a 93-yard kickoff return to the 1-yard line. And could you think of a better way to open up an offensive set, Dave, than from the opponent's 1-yard line?
As an offensive coordinator, there's nothing like starting out first and goal from the 1.
So under center will come the quarterback, and that will be Mike Mitchell. He won the toss. He will play quarterback to open up the game tonight, and he turns and he hands off to Raymond Hudson, who begins the game in the backfield. And Hudson is stacked up at about the 1.5-yard line, so call it almost a loss of a yard. They'll mark him back at about the 2-yard line.
Well, they just tried a little dive up the left side, Bill, and they lost a couple of yards because the linebacker stuffed the fullback in the backfield.
Here's your skill players: Jackson, Hudson, DeBro, Wilkerson, and Thompson for the North offense. Your men in the trenches: Branch, Studstill, Wheeler, Clark, and Hames. Second down and goal, spotted at about the 2-yard line. I formation for the North. Just underway. Toss sweep comes back. Hudson, he's got the corner. Will he get the pylon? Touchdown! Raymond Hudson, the 5'9", 190-pound scat back out of Holmes County High School, gets the North on the board first with a 2-yard touchdown run.
Raymond Hudson gets stuffed on the play before, but this time they take it wide, and the speed is really relevant here with these guys. When I played high school, there wasn't quite as much speed as I've seen here tonight. Here's the pitch to the right side with a pulling guard and a leading halfback. They get a decent block right there, but I'll tell you what, he just sprints and beats everyone to the pylon.
Point after touchdown will be from a man who's pretty used to playing here. That would be Gabe Levitt from Mandarin High School. He splits the uprights, and just like that, less than a minute into the ball game, the North grab an early lead, 7-0. Scoring drive, 2 plays, 1 yard, 57 seconds, and the North All-Stars break on top first, 7-0. We'll step aside. Timeout on the field at the 11th annual Shrine Bowl here in Jacksonville. North 7, South nothing. Back after this.
Choosing a personal watercraft can be a real test, but Rusty Wallace knows just what he wants. Polaris, when you know what you want. See your local dealer for big savings on select models.
Welcome back. We're barely a minute in, not even a minute into the 1999 Shrine Bowl here at Mandarin High School, and the North breaks on top 7-0. Kick from Gabe Levitt comes back and is received by the South. Out across the 20, there's a loose ball, a fumble, it's pounced on. Who's got it? The North says they've got it. What do the officials say? One official's pointing toward the South, the other toward the North. They're going to say South football, and so the South will keep it.
Let's take a look at this fumble on this kickoff return, and that's Randall returning it up the pipe. Oh, are we saying the South has recovered? But I'll tell you, that was a tough call. It looks like he may have given that one up.
We'll see. They'll review that one a little bit later on, but it stands for now, and so the South breaks huddle, and they'll come out with their quarterback, and that would be Schneider. looking deep. He'll throw, and it's caught. The play is made inside the north 30-yard line down to about the 25, so big plays all the way around. Antonio Bryant broke behind the secondary, and he comes up with a big-time catch.
Antonio gets downfield. He's got double coverage. South throws into double coverage, and Antonio just goes up and makes an outstanding catch there. In this weather, he's able to hang on and actually get a couple yards after the catch, Bill.
Man, oh man, a big play from the South to open the game on a kick return. Now a big play from the North, and they're in business. Check that, the South is in business in North territory at the 25-yard line. Call it first down and 10. 10:32 to remain here in the first quarter. Turning a give straight ahead. That would be to Maurice Throw. Throw into the secondary. Knocked down inside the 15-yard line at the 13-yard line. 12-yard carry on the play by Throw. Let's go down to the sideline. Scott Jackson, our sideline reporter tonight. Scott, what do you have for us?
Well, Bill, I have the man who almost took it the length of the field, the opening kickoff, Betterson DeWitt, who was the 4A player of the year out of Bradford County High School. And you saw a lot of green there when you got through that seam.
Yes, sir. We've been practicing on the middle wedge all week. And I just ran behind the wedge, and I seen the seam, and I just went for it.
You're going to Troy State next year. You think you'll be able to do those kind of things in the next level?
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to going to Troy State this fall. And I'm just tired right now.
I bet you is. Well, thanks a lot, Pedersen. And Bill, back up to you, a man who's very tired after running it almost the distance, 93 yards.
Thanks, Scott. He's about as tired as I was when I had to run up the steps a few minutes ago to the press box here. First down and 10. South on the move. Fired out here to the left side. It's caught and received inside the 10-yard line. Down near the 9-yard line. It looks like Ryan Schneider has come up with a reception. I don't think that we've got Ryan Schneider down as number 9, but I think we've switched some jerseys on the field because I know Schneider's a quarterback and a 6A player of the year. We're going to have to get things straightened out here. I think Schneider's actually opened up at, I think Ryan Schneider and Tavares Spillman have switched numbers here because I'm pretty sure that was Tavares Spillman who made that catch.
Either way, they have a nice out pattern into the flat bill. Defensive backs were playing back because of the wet field conditions, and that pass should be available most of the night.
So we'll make that call and tell you that was Ryan Schneider that made the pass out to Tavares Spillman. Either way you look at it, second down and 3 from about the 6-yard line. South on the move. Toss on the outside. Turning the corner and into the end zone. Remus Johnson. Touchdown. The South has broken back and even the game after the point after touchdown. So it didn't take long for the South to get on the scoreboard. Toss sweep, Remus Johnson, 6 yards later, 6 points.
We've got a replay coming up on Remus's touchdown. Boy, a really nice lead block by a guard, and the halfback there, and Remus just has the speed to get into the end zone there. Wow. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like offensive football like we have tonight. Looks like we're going to light up the scoreboard, Billy.
I'm telling you what, David, we've got a lot of points already on the scoreboard, and we're only about 3 minutes into this ball game. A touchdown from each side. The point after touchdown, Scott Everhart, a 6'1" senior out of Hillsborough High School. He'll be attending Southern Illinois next year with the kick. It's up, it's good, and the South has evened things up here. 9:04 to play first quarter, and we're tied at 7, but let's hold everything. There's some flags on the field. Might be a little extracurricular activity by one of these two sides. You know, the tempers can sometimes flare when you get in these all-star games. Somebody trying to prove a point against somebody else.
Well, let's find out what the call was here, Bill.
Foul.
Personal foul, a dead ball foul.
Yeah, on the kickoff.
And that's what it looks like. That's too bad because that penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff, and that's going to really ruin someone's field position here.
Let's take a look at the replay and see if we can see where that personal foul occurs. Not a whole lot of help there, but we know it is against the South. It will be enforced on the kickoff, and that means Scott Everhart, who's the kicker for the South, is going to have a little bit of work to do as they'll back him up 15 yards on that personal foul play as they'll back him up on the kick.
As I watched Scott kick field goals earlier tonight, Bill, I noticed he had quite a bit of range, up to about 45 yards, but as they back him up for this kickoff, it's going to be awfully tough to pin back the North squad.
That scoring drive for the South was 4 plays, 84 yards, took just under 2 minutes at 1:59, and Remus Johnson, a 5'9", 178-pound running back out of St. Lucius High School, Takes it in from 12 yards out. And this young man, Remus Johnson, has not yet decided on a school for next year, Dave. So this is one of those opportunities. The kids in this game, while there are a lot of kids who have already chosen where they're going to go next year, a lot of kids can still showcase themselves to coaches that might be here on hand.
This is not just a dress rehearsal. I've noticed that many guys are undecided here, and I know there's got to be college scouts
Got a
here.
dead ball foul, personal foul on the scoring team assessed on the kickoff. Kickoff will be from the 20-yard line.
I think these guys can definitely still help themselves tonight. When you run the ball solidly, as both the North and the South have tonight, these guys are going to be able to make a last-minute impression before going off to school.
Well, the last time the South kicked off to the North took the ball back about, say 93 yards to about the 1-yard line, and that was DeWitt Bitterson. Let's see if they have the same type of effort here. It looks like back deep to receive this time for the North is Raymond Hudson. We'll keep an eye on this kickoff. There's a lot of speed on this North team. So we'll keep an eye on this to see what they're able to do on this. And again, the South kicking off from 15 yards further back at the 20-yard line. The kick comes down, and it's being taken by Nick Thompson, sprinter out of Tallahassee, who takes it up across the 35-yard line, and he's knocked down at the 38. And that's where the North will start their second drive of the evening. 8:57 to play first quarter, and the North and the South tied at 7 apiece. And that will bring back out onto the field that North offense. And we'll give you a look at the South defense since we didn't have a chance to set it last time around. Etienne, Erickson, Kagan, Chapman, Werner, Smith, and Rothar, who's one of the team captains up front. Simpkins, Buchanan, Joyce, and Johnson in the South defensive backfield. Mitchell Brown, the new North quarterback. He'll turn, hand it to Raymond Hudson, who's straight ahead across the 40-yard line to about the 42. Called a gain of about 3.5, maybe 4 yards.
Look at that, Bill. Russell Rothar, one of the team captains, one of the early choices for the South defense, comes up from his safety position and puts a licking on the running back right there.
Russell Rothar, elected team captain early in the week this week. We've got an injury on the field, and that's Raymond Hudson.
Is that Raymond?
Yeah, 5'10", 190-pounder out of Holmes County High School. He's Alabama-bound next year, and I'll tell you what, the Alabama coaching staff probably holding their collective breath right now. This is a young man that ran for 2,000 yards as a junior in high school. Great runner at a small school, but that didn't keep Alabama from finding him. He'll be at Bama next year at Tuscaloosa.
Boy, we certainly hope Raymond's all right. On the first possession, Raymond is the one who took it down the right side and scored that first touchdown. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, like I said, Russell came up and put a big licking on Raymond. I think he's just got his maybe his wind knocked out of him, or maybe has a few cobwebs in his head there. I don't think it's anything serious as a knee or a shoulder there. And he's getting up now, and I'm sure the North offense is very, very pleased about that.
Yeah, he took his helmet off. I was mentioning a minute ago, 144 on another 44. Russell Rothar, the man who made the hit that time on Raymond Hudson, is a team captain out of Western High School. This is a guy that the South coaching staff told me was going to be in on every play. This kid is all over the field all the time. He's bound for Presbyterian College next year. So Russell Rothar making a big play early. Raymond Hudson comes to the sideline. We'll have a new back in the backfield. DeWitt Betterson is in the backfield, the man who took the kick a long way before. We got a fumble on the field. Loose ball. Now they'll battle for it at the bottom of the pile, and who are they going to say has it? It looks like the North was able to retain possession on that. Dave, you've been at many a bottom of pile before. What's going on when all those guys are down there going after that ball?
Billy, it is not a fun place to be. Most of the guys aren't even going after the ball. Most of the guys are doing a little eye gouging, a little biting, a little hair pulling. I'll tell you what, it's not unlike a sorority fight at the local college.
I'm telling you what, folks, that comes from a man who knows. Once voted as one of the dirtiest men in the National Football League. All right, third down, call it 7 yards to go. Clock running, inside of 8 to play. Mitchell Brown looks downfield. Ball is batted around and intercepted. And who's there? Looky there, looky there. It is Russell Rothar who comes up with the interception. And do you think he knows it?
Oh, he certainly does. He's very, very excited. I tell you what, for a small guy, he's coming up and making big, big plays, Bill.
Well, we were told that Mitchell Brown was the more mobile quarterback, not as good a passer. And this time he lets one hang. He's looking downfield for Nick Thompson. The ball is batted, and there's Rothar as Johnny on the spot.
You know, Russell Rothar doesn't have very, very good speed, but I'll tell you what, he placed himself into a position to be there if the tip came his way, and thereby made a great, great play. And now the South offense has their chance to go and turn the tide.
So back comes the South. They're tied at 7 right now with 7:45 to play here in the first quarter. And there he is, Russell Rothar. Big hit last series on the running back, Raymond Hudson, and now he comes up with an interception as well. And did I tell you? The coaching staff, Frank Harden, told me he's going to be in on every play.
He certainly, it seems like he has been tonight. Already he's put a big hit on the star running back for the North offense, and now he's come up with a great big interception here and has given his team great field position.
Ryan Schneider back in at quarterback. Young man out of Plantation High School. UCF bound this coming fall. Courtney Watson's got it. He's on the outside. The future Golden Domer across midfield. Across the 40 and down near the 38-yard line goes Courtney Watson on his first carry of the game. And there he goes, and he knows he made a big play.
Courtney's very, very excitable. I'll tell you what, he did most of that on his own, Bill. Look at how he breaks contain here. Almost could have been a holding penalty in there, but then just puts on the jets. Once again, this is what separates the guys that go major college football and small college football.
Big, strong, and powerful. Let's go downstairs. Scott Jackson's got an injury update.
Well, Raymond Hudson, Bill, and Dave is likely to return. He just had his bell rung. You guys are correct. Just his bell rung. He did well with all the tests they gave him, and his return is likely later on in the game.
Trips right. Thanks, Scott. Back downfield, the ball comes, and oh my goodness, in and out of the hands of Clinton Jones, who had broken into the open at about the 10-yard line. A great pass that time by Schneider, who was the 6A player of the year this past year, and who the coaches told me was a terrific pocket passer. You saw it right there, Dave.
That was a beautiful pass. It was right on target. Clinton would love to have that one back right now.
So good news on Raymond Hudson down on the sideline. Like Scott told us a moment ago, just his bell rung, so he should be back maybe in on the next series. 2nd and 10. Spot the ball at about the 39-yard line in North Territory. South on the move, tied at 7. Trips to the right. One wide receiver split out to the left. Schneider looks, fires in the left flat, incomplete, going after Antonio Bryant. And he skipped one to him. Bryant was there. The pass was not, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, he lined up trips to the right side of the field, Bill, and left an easy little out pattern to the left. But I think the ball's awfully slippery out there, and that's going to really be tough for guys throwing the ball, especially on those quick outs tonight.
Tell you what, Ryan Schneider has a 3rd and 10 here, but he's certainly got great wide receivers at his disposal. There's Frank Harden, as you can see. And I'm telling you what, if he needs a pass play downfield, let's check this here real quick. There's a flag on the play. We'll get the call from the field momentarily. I think it'll be against the South, so let's see what the official on the field has to say.
Got holding on the offense. Repeat, 2nd down.
John Elliott's your referee with the call. The call was holding on offense, and that'll bring up 2nd and long rather than 3rd down and 10. And so Ryan Schneider will be back with the 20-yard in front of him in order to get a 1st down. 2nd and 20, spotted at about the 47-yard line. Schneider setting up a screen to the outside. He's got it. Ramus Johnson in and across the 50-yard line. They're going to say Ramus Johnson slipped and went down well behind the line of scrimmage at about the 44-yard line.
Well, it looks like they had a nice screen set up there, but Bill, once again, the field conditions are not allowing these guys to showcase their talent as much as they'd like. Ryan tries to make a little move there. Oh, they called him down because he had one knee down, but they'll have another shot here, but it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
3rd and 31, in fact, is what it's going to be here for the South as they look at 31 yards to 1st down territory. They had it moments ago at about 2nd and 10 from about the 39. Now it's 3rd and 31 from the 41-yard line. So Ryan Schneider again dispatches trips to the right, and a single wide receiver split out wide to the left. One running back stays in the backfield. That is Courtney Watson. Schneider drops the pass. Floats one high. It is a floater. It's nearly caught at about the original line of scrimmage. Coming back for the football was Clinton Jones. He could not come up with it, so the punting squad and special teams unit will come on for the first time. And Looks like the North will be getting the ball back here very soon.
Looks like the South's plan is to set up trips on one side and try to go to their single receiver side quite a bit tonight. Antonio Bryant was to receive that pass, but once again, pass was way offline and quite a bit of a floater. I'm surprised it wasn't intercepted tonight.
Scott Everhart back deep to receive, or I'm sorry, back deep in punt formation. The ball skips to him. He's able to come up with it. Back to receive it is David Eddy out of Forest High School, and we have a late flag, and man, oh man, that was a flag in a place you don't want to get it.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct coming up and possible ejection. We're certainly hoping that the contact that occurred there was incidental, Bill, on that play, but let's see what the officials have to say.
There is no foul on the play. No foul on the play.
So, Dave, they were saying incidental contact.
Boy, I tell you, I like these officials. I wish I could have gotten them in a couple of my games.
Now, here's the replay again. David Eddy.
Oh, I see.
Wow. Did he slip? That's what they're saying. I don't know. I think David Eddy would disagree with you right about now, but he might do it in about 3 octaves higher than what he normally would disagree with. So 5:49 to play first quarter. We'll step aside. Timeout on the field at the 11th annual Shrine Bowl game in the state of Florida. Mandarin High School, the South 7 and the North 7. Back after this on Sunshine.
This is the first year for the Orlando Miracle. What's it going to be like? It's going to be fun. Fun for girls, fun for boys, fun for moms and dads, fun for everyone. This is the first year for the WNBA in Orlando, and there's never going to be another first. Believe me, you don't want to miss it.
Watch your Orlando Miracle take on the Minnesota Lynx Wednesday, July 7th. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Disney team poster. For tickets, call Ticketmaster 407-839-3900.
The Garden Rebel Landscape Cassette Series has all of the ideas that you need for a fantastic looking yard. I'm talking about 6 hours of fantastic creative landscape tips, as well as lawn ideas to have the greenest lawn on the block. When you order the 6-hour cassette series, we're going to give you free Garden Rebel old-fashioned recipes, homemade tonics that you can use on your plants. Your yard's going to love it.
I used to wonder if I was too old to go back to school. Now I know I wasn't alone. I used to worry about my future. Now I know I have one. I used to wonder if I made the right decision. Now I know. I should have called sooner.
Get a start on your future. Call ITT Tech at 1-800-446-4130 for an informative brochure. That's 1-800-446-4130.
When he took apart my drill just to see how it worked, he made me mad. When he built his first radio to contact life on other planets, he made me laugh. When he picked electronics as a career, he made me think. And when he graduated from ITT Tech, he made me proud.
For an informative brochure, call ITT Tech at 1-800-446-4130. That's 1-800-446-4130.
The Fusion dominate the field in South Florida, making Miami the hottest spot in the MLS. Miami Fusion, Los Angeles Galaxy, Sunday night at 10:30 on Sunshine.
And back we come. Second quarter action. North on the move, 3rd and 6. Mike Mitchell back in the game. Wide receiver screen to the outside. Wilkerson's got it. Question is, did he get enough for the first down along the far side? I don't think he did. It looks like he'll be just shy of that first down marker, but that time they brought back in the better passer, Mike Mitchell, and let him swing it out wide to Antonio Wilkerson to try to use his speed. Here's your first quarter stats, folks, and you can see it's pretty dead even. First downs are even. Slight edge in the rushing yards to the south and the passing yards to the south. But, of course, turnovers go their way, too. But
too many penalties for the South right now, Bill, to really make a dent in this lead.
4th down and 2, and the North says, we're going to go for it. Just shy of their own 40-yard line. They got a stacked line in front of quarterback Mike Mitchell. He'll go with the hard count. And now he'll call timeout.
That's the old no snap hard count, Bill. They had no intention of actually snapping the ball there, just hoping that the South was not crisp enough or attentive enough to stay onside there.
One of the few times we've seen good discipline by the South defense tonight. No personal foul, no offsides that time, so that'll bring the punting unit back on for the North. And the man who's kicked once or twice on this football field is back on the field. That would be Gabe Levitt, a 6-foot, 175-pounder from right here at Mandarin High School in Jacksonville. He's bound for UCF to be a Golden Knight for Mike Kruschek next year. Difference next year at UCF, for the first time in a long time, no Dante Culpepper.
Yeah, it's going to be a little more difficult without an outstanding NFL quarterback at the helm. You know what, Bill? The last kicker that I played with from Mandarin High School was David Treadwell of the Denver Broncos. He is now doing sports talk radio for KOA out in Denver, and he played on this very same field for 4 years before heading off to Clemson University.
So if history is any indicator, maybe good things in the works for one Gabe Levitt. David Treadwell turned it into a pretty good career. Let's see if Gabe Levitt can just take it to the next level. Tavares Spillman back deep to receive, along with Rashad Johnson and a couple of others. The kick comes long. It's going to come on one hop, now two hop, and Tavares Spillman takes it. Out across the 25, now the 30. 35-yard line and ridden down at about the 39. And looky here.
Got a flag.
Yet another flag on the field. It hasn't been exactly a thing of beauty through the first quarter. A lot of penalties both ways, and we'll see how the officials sort this one out.
And Jerome Stewart in on the tackle for the North.
Jerome Stewart from right here in Jacksonville in on a tackle on the play. Here's the official.
There is a flag on the play.
Say a block below the waist, or even
I think it's an early clip maybe, Bill. Yeah, it was.
Okay. They signaled initially that it was against the North, but now they come back and they'll say it's against the South.
We might see this on the replay. Actually, it's right to there. It is. They may have called it on 7, but I thought it was earlier in the play, right at the early point where the returner first fielded the ball. Either way, they're going to back themselves up again.
I'll tell you who it was. It was Chris Kagan, who got a man in the back, and he's from Fort Myers High School.
15-yard penalty, first down.
15 yards.
Chris Kagan is responsible for that clip, is bound for Yale next year. You'd expect more from an Ivy Leaguer. Huh?
Yeah, I certainly would. I noticed that the South has, or the North has a Yale guy, a Bucknell guy, and we expect a little more intelligence out of those guys. But once again, these guys are trying as hard as they can tonight. It's a slippery field, and those things are going to happen.
Absolutely. New quarterback in the game this time for the South, Luis Gonzalez from Coral Park High School, bound for the University of Cincinnati next year. Turns and gives straight ahead to a Riverview High product. That would be Courtney Watson, the future Golden Domer, who the coaches this week from the South told me had the best vision and best leg strength of any offensive player on the team.
Well, these guys have been together a week, so these coaches can make some great evaluations. Let me say this. If the University of Notre Dame took him and signed him to a letter of intent, he's an outstanding product here, and looking forward to a big future up in South Bend.
Well, Watson got just a yard on the first carry, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. They'll spot the ball at about the 16-yard line, and Gonzalez drops to pass. He's got a man in the flat. That's Antonio Bryant, who breaks into the open field across the 30, slips and falls down at about the 32-yard line, but gets enough for the first down. Nice play by Antonio Bryant, bound for the University of Pittsburgh next year. He'll be a Pitt Panther.
You see on the replay, Antonio finally gets a chance to catch the ball square up and get some of what we call the yaks, and that's yards after catch here. It's too bad, though. It looks like he trips on the grass that probably wasn't cut this afternoon because of all the rain, Bill.
Probably not. But he got enough for a first down, and the South drive stays alive. They continue to pile up the yards on this North defense. Turn and a give. Courtney Watson again tries to bounce it outside. This time, he loses his footing. And this time, Watson is ridden down behind the line of scrimmage.
Bill, I hope we can get a replay on this. I'd love to show everybody what happened. Manuel Robles, number 61, does an outstanding job in getting in the backfield and makes Courtney change direction there and runs him right into the contain. I'll tell you what, that big guy, how big is he? 285? Boy, he looks to be about 320 to me from up here. There he is. He did a great job in penetrating there and really made Courtney go somewhere where he didn't want to go and run right into the contain.
So after gaining a yard, Courtney Watson loses 7. 2nd and 16 for the South. Back at the 24-yard line. Gonzalez to pass. Again to Bryant in the open field. Out across the 30. Dances backwards. Loses a yard. Probably causes his coach to yank some of that hair out of his head. And he's ridden down on the play by Dio Hill out of New Smyrna High School. Bound for UAB next year. He'll be a Blazer over at Alabama Birmingham.
You know, Antonio, looks like right now he's trying to do a little too much on this slippery field. He just needs to catch the ball and utilize his talent out there and just let it all hang out now.
He picked up 5 yards, so he got a little chunk of that back, but it will be 3rd down and call it long. 3rd down and 11. The ball spotted at about the 28-yard line. Clock running, 8:20 to play first half. North leading the South 14-7 here at the 1999 Shrine Bowl in Jacksonville. Gonzalez back in the shotgun. Watson flanked to his right. 4 wide receivers on the field. Gonzalez looks, fires out to the right. He has a man there, overfires Tavares Spillman on the right side. But you saw right there an example of what the coaches told me this week was a gun of an arm. And that comes from Luis Gonzalez.
That was a gun of an arm, but he really tried to make a pass that was going to be really difficult today. From the left hash, he tried to throw a deep out across the field. And although he showed great arm strength, he wasn't able to get the ball down into the receiver.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 11. Clock stopped at 8:02 to play. Back deep to receive this Scott Everhart punt is Antonio Wilkerson and David Eddy. Nick Thompson also back deep on the play. Now we're all counting, doing our math to see if we got enough players on the field. Which has got to be tough in a game like this because you've only been together a week. You've got to get special teams down. Everybody's got to remember their assignments. It's tough enough to do it when you have 2 days and every kind of practice to go. But when you have to do it in a week, it's got to be extra tough.
Bill, can you imagine if Tom Coughlin was out here? He'd be going nuts. The substitutions aren't correct. And it's very, very difficult to get that all coordinated in a week.
Here's the Everhart punt. Somewhat of a spiral. Bouncing off to the to the left-hand side and out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Never got to Nick Thompson. Almost hit David Eddy, but it does go out of bounds. Clock stopped, 7:42 to play in the first half. The North leads the South at the 11th Annual Shrine Bowl game, 14-7. Quick break. Back right after this on Sunshine.
Choosing a personal watercraft can be a real test, but Rusty Wallace knows just what he wants. Polaris, when you know what you want. See your local dealer for big savings on select models.
What I'm about to tell you may seem hard to believe. It may even seem impossible. But I assure you it's true. With medical costs skyrocketing at an incredible rate, Shriners hospitals continue to help children by providing some of the world's finest medical care for the exact same price they charged nearly 75 years ago. Nothing. To find out more, call this toll-free number. Shriners help kids get back on their feet.
7:42 to play first half. There you have it. Our storyline so far. The North leads the South 14-7 here at the 11th Annual Shrine Bowl game. The final of the millennium. The last of this century. The next one will be played in the year 2000. So the final of the millennium. Haven't we heard enough of that so far this year? Everything's the final this and the final that of the millennium. Why not? The final Shrine Bowl of the millennium as well. On that last punt while we were away, a little laundry came out on the field. And they're going to whistle this foul against the South. And so the ball is going to be punted. Well, it's going to be repunted here is what it's going to be. So it's going to be brought all the way back, and the South will have to punt this ball again to the North.
As a special teams player, Bill.
Clipping on the receiving team before change of possession. Penalized 15 yards from the previous spot. It'll be a first down for Green.
Wow. So it was a post or a pre-kick foul, so it goes against the North. It's 15 yards, and the South will get to keep possession. That's not one you see very often.
No, I was just going to talk about how sloppily the South had played on special teams tonight, Bill, and now the North goes ahead and gives the South an easy first down and a little bit of field position.
So a big-time break for the South here as they come back. They get the courtesy of the penalty that goes against the North this time. So Luis Gonzalez gets to bring his team back out on the field. A 6'3", 205-pounder going to the University of Cincinnati next year. Looks at an I formation, turns and gives. Courtney Watson brings it across the line of scrimmage, but again, not a whole lot of running room right there for the South offense. Watson just a little bit of room to move, maybe 2 yards.
Not a lot there. I think the North defense is doing an outstanding job getting into gaps, getting into the backfield here, and not allowing these running backs to showcase what they have, especially Courtney. The Notre Dame product here certainly would love to get a few more yards in the first half because he's probably not going to see a lot of the field in the second half.
2nd down and 9. South football at their own 45-yard line. Clock running inside of 7 minutes to play now in the first half. Wide receiver split left and right. Gonzalez in the shotgun this time. Takes a snap, looks over the field, fires downfield looking for Tavares Spillman, and it's broken up on the play. A beautiful defensive play made by Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson again around the football. This young man played his high school ball at Gainesville High School. He's not very big, 5'9", 165 pounds, but he comes up with the play.
He makes a nice job making contact right as the ball gets there. And hey, that's a tough play to time up because I believe the receiver has the advantage there. He's got to go over his back to break up that ball, but he timed it perfectly. And that's what those college coaches like to see out of their defensive backs. Someone who's aggressive enough to go up and time that ball and swat it away.
Now, Derek Jackson, as you can see, will be playing his ball next year at Troy State. He'll be challenged again this time. 3rd and 9, 4 wide receivers and a running back on the field at the disposal of Gonzalez. Low snap, takes it, fires downfield, looking for a man off the hands of Antonio Bryant and out of bounds into the South bench. That'll bring up 4th down and 9 yards to go. So Bryant, who's hauled in a few passes tonight, couldn't bring that one in.
Jackson once again on the defense there. He didn't have a lot of room to throw that ball. Once again, I think they're doing a good job in the secondary there, and the passes are going to have to be much sharper to fall in against this North offense. North defense.
South's racked up a lot of offensive yards here in the first half, Dave, but the North defense, when it's needed the big play, has come up with the big play. And they'll bring back on the field Scott Everhart. He'll do the punting duties. Takes the snap, angles it deep. He's got a man back there, Antonio Wilkerson, looking to grab it. Now he'll let it roll, and it'll roll dead inside the 10-yard line, inside the 15-yard line, and another flag on the South. And this one's going to be a personal foul whistled against the South. And I got to tell you, Dave, just a stupid play by the South special teams because the ball was rolling out of bounds, a great punt, and then somebody whacked Wilkerson for no reason.
The South would have had the North pinned back down around the 11-yard line, but I think there's going to be a personal foul here or a roughing call, and that's going to allow the North, instead of starting off at the 11-yard line, to start off outside the 20 and boy, you won't believe who did it. You won't believe who did it.
Team captain.
Could it be team captain Russell Rothar?
Yeah,
being a little too aggressive there.
Well, that's not a play becoming of a captain, I'll tell you that much. They may take the C off his jersey after a play like that. Just no reason for that play.
No, not that one. Everybody wants to see an aggressive defensive back, but to make that play while your team is behind and having a chance to pin your opponent deep inside their own 20, not a very smart play by Russell.
So instead of having the ball inside the 15-yard line with their backs against their own end zone.
Personal foul, late hit on the green team. Penalized from the end of the run. First down.
5 penalties, 70 yards against the South, 3 and 35 against the North.
That tells the story so far, Bill.
Mark the ball out near the 25-yard line. First down and 10 North. Mike Mitchell back as the quarterback. I formation behind him. Turning to give straight ahead. This one coming straight ahead. And I believe it's Devin Wells on the carry. Devin Wells has made a living so far tonight, eating up the gut of this defense. 15 yards on the carry and another first down.
Once again, doing some nifty running inside. Devin doing a good job, which means the guys up front are doing their jobs right now. I think we've got Robbie Studstill, Brian Wheeler, and Charles Clark in there, and they've got to be clearing some holes for I believe that's Devin to be doing his job. That's his second big run up the gut tonight.
Now there's a timeout on the field, and we'll take one as well. 6:02 to play here in the first half. North on the move. They lead the South already by 7. Will they tack on more? We'll find out when we return. It's the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl on Sunshine.
My winning formula? First, I train. Then, I motivate. Fuel up. And dominate. What's your winning formula? Log on to Gatorade.com now and tell us. Gatorade, is it in you?
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
If you haven't been to a Storm game this season, then you're missing the most exciting game in the Tampa Bay area. Arena football is helmet-popping, heart-stopping, in-your-face football. Don't miss our next game. Feel the strength of the Tampa Bay Storm. Call for your tickets today at 287-8844 or by calling 1-877-TV-STORM. The Tampa
President Gerald Ford, Jay Leno, President Bill Clinton, Mike Wallace, President George Bush, Jerry Seinfeld, Michael Jordan, Nicole Kidman, Tom Cruise, George Clooney, Queen Noor, Tom Hanks, Dan Rather, Hillary Clinton, Bette Midler, Vice President Al Gore, Peter Jennings, Rosie
No wonder he's #1 in primetime talk. Great guests, great talk.
President Jimmy Carter,
Larry King Live. Weeknights on CNN.
Suffering from the I've had it with the everyday life blues?
We got a full tank of gas, 3 bottles of suntan lotion, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Then it's time you escape to Daytona Beach. There's 23 miles of sunny shores, as well as Daytona, USA. Golf, fishing, plus Central Florida's top attractions are all within an hour's drive. To find out more about all there is to see and do at Daytona Beach, call for a free visitor's guide. Daytona Beach, big beach, big fun.
And welcome back to Mandarin High School in Jacksonville. Second quarter action of the 99 Shrine Bowl. First down and 10, the North. Again, the inside handoff, Devin Wells. This time, the heart of that South defense ready for him. Richard Erickson, Justin Warner, Chris Kagan. Linebacker Kareem Smith right there as well. There was no fooling the defense that time.
No, fool me once, shame on me. I'll tell you what, they couldn't go against the South that time. South was ready for that little inside handoff. I think they're going against a win right now. They probably figure they're going to try to rush the ball a little bit. And
let's go down to the field. Scott Jackson's down on the field with a report for us. Scott?
First series, but since then things have kind of closed up on you guys.
Well, right now we're just making simple mistakes right now. As the game go on, I think we're going to comfortable out the spacing.
Thank you, Scott. Back it comes to live action. Mario Jackson, third catch of the night. And Mario Jackson comes up with yet another big catch near first down yardage for the North as they'll move it out near midfield. But we do have another flag on the play, and it's going to go against the North, and that Mario Jackson catch is going to go for naught.
That's too bad. I'll tell you what, Mario's doing a nice job, though, and he's going to the right college being a pass-catching tight end. I think he's going to have a big freshman year.
And Mario Jackson, 6'3", 230 pounds, though his coaches on the North, Steve Harden and the crew, told me maybe a little bigger than 230.
Well, you know,
got holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
You know, they did spend some time down at Adventure Landing, and I know there's some pizza over there as well as playing a little video games and playing a little miniature golf. And I'm sure that Jacksonville was a very, very good host city for these gentlemen, Bill.
I don't think Mario's missed many meals this week, let's put it that way. 6'3", 230 plus, but he's very nimble in the open field. Mario Jackson. Call it 2nd and 23 after the penalty against the North. And now on the field, Mike Mitchell with 4 wide receivers. Make it 3 wide receivers, 1 in the slot. Mitchell back to pass. Out it comes. Wilkerson's got it. Slips down just shy of the 40-yard line. He'll pick up a good chunk of yardage.
They got half of it back there, Bill, and they're going to be looking at 3rd and 10.
I think right now Steve Harden's just trying to find any way he can to get the fastest man on his team the football.
You'd like to showcase Antonio. You know he has the talent to do it. You've got to be able to throw a controlled pass into the flat and allow him to get some yards on his own tonight and take advantage of his speed and skills.
5'7", 163 pounds, about the same size of a guy named David Allen who plays at Kansas State right now. Wilkerson could be a big-time player next year. Here's Mitchell again out to Wilkerson in the flat. This time he's got some running room. Out near first down yardage at about the 48-yard line. So he'll be just shy of the first down, and yet another flag drops on the field. And boy, you hate to see this, Dave. Two great teams with a lot of talent in a game marred by flags so far.
It's going to be a sloppy game, even though these teams were together for 1 week. Their coaches probably hammered them most of the week. It's very, very tough to gel as a unit. And little ticky-tack things are going to happen. The guys are being a little too aggressive, going to pick up some fouls. And now the North is getting backed up and put themselves in bad field position once again. Let's see what the call was.
Flipping foul on the offense. It's a dead ball foul, 15-yard penalty. It'll be 4th down.
Bill, you're going to get a lot of that when you start throwing those passes out to the flat to your very talented wide receivers. What happens, everyone wants to come back and crack back and make great blocks to pop open the receiver, but you're going to get a couple clips, especially tonight.
And it was a dead ball foul, so they're saying it took place after the play from the spot of the foul, 15 yards. I'm telling you what, they're backed up big time here, and it's going to be a 4th down and just an eternity, so they'll bring back on the field their punter and kicker, the man who has dual duties tonight, Gabe Levitt from Mandarin High School, back deep to receive. Clinton Jones and Tavares Spillman back deep to receive, along with Antonio O'Brien. So we'll see how Gabe Levitt gets this kickoff. This one's angled away, and pretty good kick this time. Taken by Jones at about the 37. Works his way across the 40, near the sidelines, tiptoes there. Ballerinas himself back toward midfield and out near the 50-yard line. So when it looked like he was pinned against the sideline, Clinton Jones was able to cut it back and make some pretty significant yardage. Nice return, almost 14 yards out near the 49-yard line.
I think the South talked about everyone keeping away from penalties there, but nobody blocked anybody. That's why you didn't see any clips on that play. But a nice return anyway by the South. South has some field position here, and they've got to be able to take advantage of this. They can't have any penalties on offense. They cannot back themselves up here.
They'll say he was knocked down at about the 47-yard line. So call it about an 11-yard return that time for Clinton Jones. And the South offense sets themselves up once again, trailing by 7 here. Luis Gonzalez under center. I formation, a wide receiver split left and right. Floats a pass to the near flat, and there's Derek Jones, who closes quickly on Tavares Spillman.
I believe so.
And a flag on the play. This one might be pass interference. Derek Jones or Derek Jackson may have gotten there a little too quick. Yep.
On the replay here, you're going to see Gonzalez with a nice throw out into the flat. Cornerback gets there just a little early. See how important the timing is. Seems like just 100th of a second difference than a play that we saw earlier by number 33, Derek Jackson, and this time he got there just a little bit early. And now the North is marching down into the South is marching down into the North territory.
We'll just let you call them green and white. That'll make it a little bit easier for you. I'll tell you what, despite the fact that the penalty...
Defensive pass interference, 15 yards, automatic 1st down.
Well, Bill, the South is supposed to be gray and the North is supposed to be in blue. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. And the South's also supposed to rise again, but we'll see what happens here as we get toward the second half. I'll tell you, despite the pass interference penalty, I've been very impressed with Derek Jackson in his play over there at the corner position. He's done a nice job of hitting tonight. He's made a nice couple plays on balls despite that pass interference call.
I don't know if you're going to see that call in college as much as you are going to see it in high school with these officials here tonight, Bill. It seems it was a pretty aggressive play, and he went over the back, but once again, I thought it was timed up pretty decently. Not quite as clean as the last one, though, and they paid for it. Now it'll be 1st and 10 inside the North territory.
It's just inside the 40-yard line. South setting up shop at about the 39. They trail by 7 here, 14-7. A lot of scoring action in the first quarter, not so much here in the second quarter, but the South is hoping to change that on this drive. They'll split a wide receiver left, a wide receiver right. I formation. Deep in the backfield, Maurice throw. They'll pump one way. Gonzalez looks deep. He's got a man there, and now it's intercepted and dropped. Derek Jackson had it in his hands, and he let it go. Made a nice play on the ball, and a ball that was thrown one way, and the receiver turned the other way. And Jackson almost had an interception on the play.
No, Derek stayed with his man there, even though Luis Gonzalez made a very nice fake as if he was going to throw the little short ball, and then his receiver faded. But Derek Jackson stayed right with him, and that's very good of him to focus even after that penalty called against him with the pass interference.
Absolutely. Touted him a minute ago and makes a nice play. Yet another penalty, by the way, on the sideline. It's penalty fest 1999 right now.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So back him up 10 yards, and it'll be first down, and call it 23 yards to go. Ball will be spotted now on the other side of the 50-yard line. Spotted at about the south 47, and a first and 23 now faces Luis Gonzalez and the offense of the South. They'll go trips left and a wide receiver split to the top of your screen. Courtney Watson in the ball game. Ball is loose on the floor, and it's recovered by the South. The North recovers it. The North comes up with it. Joe Henley from Gainesville High School, bound for Southern Mississippi, pounces on the loose ball.
Let's see what happened here on the replay, Bill. It looked like a clean, oh no, it was not a clean handoff. I don't believe the running back ever got the ball, and the North defense was all over that, showing a lot of hustle and a lot of alertness recovering that fumble. Is that Joe Henley?
Yep, Joe Henley. I'll tell you what, the Gainesville products have had nice nights tonight for the North defense. Dedrick Jackson in the secondary, bound for Troy State, and Joe Henley now comes up with a fumble recovery, and the North offense back on the field trying to tack onto their 7-point lead. Handoff comes straight ahead. Short gain on the play. DeWitt Betterson with about, call it about a half a yard gain to about midfield. So not a whole lot of running room there for the North offense.
Not a lot inside there. The South defense plugged all the holes there. I half expected to see the North offense go deep after the fumble recovery. They didn't do that, but I expect them to throw the ball on this down.
No 2-minute warning in high school football. They'll just continue to run the clock now at 2:01 to play first half. Mitchell Brown play fakes, rolls, looks, plenty of time, has a man, throws it behind him. And it was Mario Jackson, the big tight end, once again. And that time he and Mitchell Brown just couldn't come up with their timing, which is odd because that was a combination that worked pretty well this year for Palatka High School. Brown to Jackson.
I bet you those guys hooked up for quite a lot of offensive production this year. I think that was only the first or second play-action pass that we've seen all night tonight, Bill. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of that with the slick field and cornerbacks having problems covering.
So third down and 10. Clock stopped at $1:53 to play in the first half. Here's Brown straight back. Looks, now he'll run straight ahead. Little running room across the 40-yard line. Ducks inside the 38, down to about the 37, but he'll be short of the first down.
Mitchell Brown on the carry.
Mitchell Brown taking his life in his own hands, Bill, there. Setting up in the pocket, doesn't look like there's anything there, and decides to take it by himself there. Once again, putting the ball away. Oh, and taking a pretty good hit there by 83.
Leo Etienne with the tackle out of Auburndale High School.
He's a pretty tough quarterback if he took that hit and held on. And here, going for it on fourth down.
Yep, Steve Harden says, to heck with punting the football with 1:08 to go in the first half. I'm going to go for it. So two wide receivers, and just as soon as they think they've got the right play in the ball game, Alan Branch jumps a little early. The 6'4", 330-pounder from Bay High School. Jumped just a little too soon, and that'll cause a false start. Instead of 4th and 3, they got 4th and 8. Now they'll say, now let's punt the football.
It's time to punt the football now.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
How's that happen, Dave, as an offensive lineman? Doesn't the quarterback say we'll go on 2?
They repeat it 2 or 3 times. Quarterbacks try to stare into the eyes of the offensive lineman. Sometimes it puts them into a trance, though.
Buchanan and Jones back deep to receive it for the South squad. Levitt on the punt. Nice high angling spiral. Clinton Jones tracks it down at about the 6-yard line. Angles up the sideline. Dinner steps outside the 13 to about the 12. He's knocked down there, and that's where the North will rack down the South, and the South takes over on offense with 45 seconds to play in the half. So nice little return. Again, Clinton Jones doesn't have a whole lot of blocking there, but he does a nice job on the return.
He does a great job considering it was an outstanding punt, angled toward the sideline. He didn't have a lot of room. And once again, these skilled players are really showcasing their talents tonight. It's just too bad we couldn't have a drier field because these guys are slashing type runners with lots of speed. And they can make guys miss and get down the field. Very much like Fred Taylor, who really turned the Jacksonville offense around this year.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Clinton Jones, Antonio Bryant, Tavares Spillman, they're all bound for big D1 schools. And bound to make some quarterbacks look good on the next level. 45 seconds to play first half. 4 wide receivers set for the South. Gonzalez barks signals, looks over the middle, has a man. It's Antonio Bryant out across the 20-yard line, down to about the 22, maybe 23. And the clock runs with 34 seconds to play, and now the South will take a timeout to stop the clock with 32 seconds to play in the half.
You know, it's too bad Luis Gonzalez makes a nice throw there, but they're attracting double coverage over there, and that you'll see it on a replay that this receiver was double covered. He didn't have very much place to go. He had a cornerback covering the backside and had safety help there. He wasn't going to be able to get any yards after the catch there. But right now, I think the South will take anything. With 32 seconds remaining in the half, though, they're going to have to go downfield.
Well, Dave, let me ask you what the theory is behind lining trips on one side. But I don't think we've seen the South throw to the trip side once tonight. They've thrown to that single wide receiver side.
Early in the game, though, Bill, they were getting isolated coverage over there. Now they've shifted the defense over, knowing that they haven't thrown to the trip side very often tonight, and they caught themselves in that trap right there.
Well, obviously the Norse made their adjustments on that last play. It was Devin Wells who came up with a stop on the play. And like you mentioned, Derek Jackson and Devin Wells have made a living over on that side, coming up with plays. So we'll see what the South has now. They got 9 yards on the reception, so it's 2nd and 1, 32 seconds remaining on the first half clock. 2 wide receivers split left, make it 3, 1 to the right. Gonzalez under pressure, scrambling, throws on the run. He's got a receiver coming back to him. Antonio Bryant with the catch across the 35, knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. A nice job coming back to the football by Antonio Bryant. He steps out of bounds. The clock stops with 24 seconds to play.
Great play by Antonio Bryant, coming back to catch that ball and then getting some yards after the catch. But once again, the ball has to be, with the time remaining, they're going to have to get a deeper play. Don't be surprised if they go to the trip side this time.
With 24 seconds to play here in the half, and a lot of yardage still remaining in front of the South. 3 wide receivers split to the left. Let's see what Frank Hepler's offense has come up with here. 1 to the right, and there's Antonio Bryant. And Antonio Bryant didn't have the same snap that Luis Gonzalez and the rest of the team had. Jumped a little early, and that'll cost him 5.
I think Antonio noticed he had single coverage there, and he looked like he wanted to get downfield there. Jumped the gun, and that's going to hurt him just a little bit. It's going to be 1st and 15. Either way, they didn't lose any time off the clock, and they'll be able to throw it downfield again.
The official waves that signal. It's illegal procedure. Number 88 right there, Antonio Bryant, who's bound for the University of Pittsburgh next year. Jumped a little early.
Dead ball foul, false start on the offense. 5 yards, repeat first down.
Good size receiver, too, for Big East football. 6'2", 180 pounds. You know, he's going to Pittsburgh, but he's wearing that helmet that looks a lot like a Syracuse helmet.
The people up at the Carrier Dome would be glad to see that. Don't be surprised. Antonio looks like he's got, oh no, he doesn't have single coverage, but he's going to get bumped on the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see Gonzalez go to the trip side here.
Let's see if he does. 1st and 15. Gonzalez floats one high. That's a jump ball for anybody. In and out of the hands of Torrey Jackson, the tight end, who had it. He had double coverage around him, but the ball somehow found his arms, but Jackson couldn't come down with it. The big 6'2" tight end who's bound for West Virginia next year couldn't come up with the play. So it'll be 2nd and 15, and about 10 seconds tick off that time. 14 seconds to play now in the first half.
Not a good pass by Luis Gonzalez, but he was pressured in the pocket there. However, it was catchable, and Torrey Johnson couldn't come down with it. Now we got 14 seconds left. Geez, this is setting up to look like the Boston College-Miami game back in 1994. Maybe we'll see the old flood tip play coming up here soon, Bill.
Let's send Phelan deep and see if Flutie can get him the ball. 14 seconds to go.
That snap.
Ball is loose on the turf. Fumble. Who's it going to be recovered by? It looks like the South got it back. Let's see. They'll unpile those bodies at the bottom and say, yeah, number 64 came up with it. Big number 64, Randall Derrick, came up with the football, and that's the end of the first half. So didn't end as a thing of beauty, but at the end of the first half, the North leads the South. Final score at the end of the first half, 14-7. Let's go down to the field. Scott Jackson with a conversation with head coach Frank Hepler as they walk to the sideline. We'll get down to Scott momentarily. Halftime festivities coming up here from Mandarin High School, so we'll have that coming up at the half, and of course second half action tonight as well. Halftime stats forthcoming and a lot to come here at halftime, so don't go anywhere. 14-7. The South leads, the North leads the South here at halftime. And again, Scott Jackson will have that halftime interview coming up here with South head coach Frank Hepler. Let's go down to the sideline. Here's Scott Jackson.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill. Dave down here with Frank Hepler, the South coach. Coach, things after your first touchdown got a little sloppy for you out there.
Yeah, it is. You know, these all-star games, they can get a little sloppy, and then you put a bad field, and it's much wetter than I think people realize. We'll be okay. The kids have worked hard. We made some mistakes. Athletically, I think we're a lot better, but, you know, they've had the ball turned over to them a couple times in close, so we'll make some changes. They had a great play on that opening kickoff, so we'll come back. We'll make some changes, see what we can do.
What do you need to do in the second half? Just cut out the mental errors?
Yeah, cut out the mental errors, and if you're talking about what do we do need to do to win, we need to outscore them, obviously. So cut out the errors and score more points to them to get that W.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Scott, and head coach Frank Hepler. The strategy employed by every winning coach that's ever come down the line. We need to outscore them in the second half. Oh, it sounds so simple. Halftime score at the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl. The North 14, the South 7. Back with more on halftime festivities. From Mandarin High School here on Sunshine.
Celebrating their expansion victory, excited fans watched as mascot Coco the Palm cut the ceremonial ribbon to open the brand new La Quinta Inn and Suites.
I'd just like to say this is the realization of a lot of people's dreams. This is a great town. We're proud to be a part of it. We're going to make a lot of very weary travelers happy. Coco!
Apparently, we've just learned that Coco has resigned under pressure from management with a tragedy, but at least I'll be seeing you at La Quinta.
This is the first year for the Orlando Miracle. What's it going to be like? It's going to be fun. Fun for girls, fun for boys, fun for moms and dads, fun for everyone. This is the first year for the WNBA in Orlando, and there's never going to be another first. Believe me, you don't want to miss it.
Watch your Orlando Miracle take on the Minnesota Lynx Wednesday, July 7th. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Disney team poster. For tickets, call Ticketmaster 407-83.
Cinemax has the hottest hits in July. Oscar winner Nicolas Cage is an angel who falls for immortal Meg Ryan and takes the plunge in the romantic City of Angels. And speaking of romance, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet fog up the screen while the frigid North Atlantic claims Titanic. And there's steamy intrigue when lust, murder, and double crosses are on Neve Campbell and Denise Richards' minds in Wild Things. The temperature's rising, and it's because of the great hits on Cinemax and Media One.
Listen to what people are saying about Media One Express.
That's fast.
Immediate.
I am one click away from the internet. Ooh, fast.
Yet strangely, each of these people is changing over to a new online service, one that's even easier to use. What is it? It's Media One Roadrunner.
Click, and you're there. That is fast. That is incredible.
Media One Express is now Media One Roadrunner. Call today.
And welcome back to halftime at the 11th annual Shrine Bowl here in Jacksonville at Mandarin High School. The North leads the South 14-7 at halftime. Second half action in just a bit, but for now, let's go down to the field. And our game and tournament director, John Wood.
For some remarks. Thank you, Lou. On behalf of Morocco Temple, we'd like to thank you for being here tonight and supporting the Shrine Bowl for 11 years here in North Florida. Thank you very much. Tonight we have with us the divan of the Morocco Temple. We have the captain of the guard, Jim Raines, second ceremonial master, Larry Koblantz, first ceremonial master, Chuck Bethune, the recorder, John Hardy, past potentate. Treasurer, Russell P. Lee, past potentate. Assistant Reband, Roger Williams. Chief Reband, Art Dawes. And now, we'd like to thank the Navy and have a few words from Captain John Smith.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that. It really is a pleasure for the Navy to work with the Shriners on this cause, what it benefits, and what they do year in, day out, makes such a difference to so many people. It is really our pleasure to be able to be a part of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain Smith, and thank you, U.S. Navy, for all you've done to help us make this event a great success. And now I'd like to ask Noble John Wood, I'd like to turn the program over to him, and Noble Vic Papa will present the King and Queen with signature of footballs for the game.
To our King and Queen, each one of the players for the North and the South have taken the time to sign this football as a memento of all that you've meant to all of us. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Nathan. You've been great.
Before we award the prizes, I'd like to also recognize the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue under the direction of Captain Murray Kramer and Lieutenant Clarence Diaz for all they've done to help us with this game. Thank you, Jack's Rescue. We appreciate it. We'll have just a brief time out before we award the prizes.
Halftime at the North-South 11th Annual Florida Shrine Bowl. The North leads the South 14-7. This is high school football action on Sunshine.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Had enough?
Let's go. Anything you can be, I can be greater.
Ready to stop?
Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not. I'm not stopping.
I'm not stopping.
I'm not stopping.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Very excited to be back in the community. I love the fans down here.
If you haven't been to an arena football game live, come to the National Car Rental Center because you'll love it, and I guarantee you'll be back. Arena football is an Iron Man game.
These guys are tough.
If you want to see some high-scoring action, come see Al McNair and the Florida Bobcats. My kids love it. Your kids will love it. The Florida Bobcats.
We play your game on Sunshine Network.
Halftime rolls along here at the 11th Annual Florida Shrine Bowl. Back to the field we go. More festivities and our director, John Wood.
With that $6,000 Polaris. We have some other great prizes too. Again, we're going to do it as elimination. We're going to pull one number out at a time. We're going to have our illustrious potentate, Jerry Smith, and Captain John Smith assist in pulling out the numbers. The first number, and this number will win tickets to the IMAX Theater at the World Golf Village. How many tickets? This ticket number is 4186. 4186. See Kelly for your tickets. Next number. Next number, also for IMAX tickets, 5021. 5021. The next number, 5103. 5103. The next number, 4844. 4844. The next number, 4929. These are all for the IMAX theater tickets. 4661. 4592. Congratulations. I know you'd like to kick me, but 4836. 4355. 4863. Next number, 5122. 5122. 4521. 4521. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. And the last 3 prizes are really good. But this one gets some theater tickets. 4905. 4905. This one gets some theater tickets. 4137. All of our prizes are compliments of Media One and Sunshine Network and their various sponsors. I'd like to pause for a second right now and give them a great big hand. $41.46. We'll also get a Sunshine Network prize pack. 5069. 5069. The Sunshine Network prize pack and the IMAX Theater. We're down to 4. We got one more. $44.95. $44.95. Okay, the last 3 finalists. The first one that we'll pull will get WCW. No, is that what we're giving? Okay. WCW ringside seats plus meet and greet. And this lucky winner is 5030. All right. The next consolation prize. Now you guys, you going to think about it over there a little bit? You going to think about it a little bit? Gets Orlando Magic tickets. The Orlando Magic, it's basketball. $41.39. And the winner is 5104. What's your name? What's your, up on there. What are you going to say? What's your name?
Oh, Michelle Lawrence. Oh, no. And I'm taking my skis off.
Thanks to Purcell's Water World for providing this great Polaris jet ski, and for Media One for making it all happen. Thank you all for coming. We got a great half of football to come. Super football in the first half. So stay tuned.
Well, who says everybody doesn't go home happy tonight from here at Mandarin High School? A Polaris jet ski given away here at halftime, and there's your lucky winner. We don't have a winner on the field yet. We're only halfway home, but the North leads the South 14-7. Back with some halftime stats and the second half when we return right here on Sunshine.
This July on Media One Home Theater, critics are calling Copa America 1999 the must-see event of the year. Fox Sports World Espanol gives it 4 stars. An inspiring story of 12 national selections doing battle for the right to be called champion of the Americas. Starring defending champion Brazil, 2-time world champion Argentina, perennial contender Mexico, plus many, many more. Copa America 99 live in July. Score on every game with Media One Home Theater.
It'll be love at first bite when you dine at Ole Ole. You'll enjoy a casual but intimate atmosphere at the restaurant that's been serving Broward's best Mexican food for over 7 years. Enjoy our mouth-watering food selections prepared fresh every day by our chefs who have more than 100 years of combined experience. So bring your love and your appetite to Ole Ole, now in 3 convenient locations in Pembroke Pines, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Right now.
Baseball isn't measured by time. It's measured by desire. The game moves toward the end, fueled by sweat and blood. And what matters then isn't how long it took to get there, but whether or not you have the stuff you need to finish it off.
Well, just shy of second half action. North leading the South at halftime 14-7. Bill Riley and Dave Weidel back with you. A couple of quick highlights from the first half. North struck first, got on the board with a touchdown around the end by one of their guys. Of course, that would be Raymond Hudson, who's bound for Alabama. That got the North on the scoreboard first, and they led 7-0.
All rushing TDs here in the first half. Raymond Hudson doing a nice job after a 93-yard return on the opening kickoff.
Back came the South, led by Ramus Johnson. St. Lucius High product. 14 yards into the end zone. And that evened the score at 7 apiece. But the North wasn't done offensively in the first half after the Ramus Johnson touchdown that evened the score at 7 apiece. The North came right back. And all the scoring, by the way, took place in the first quarter. North comes back, and of course, this time it's the big linebacker slash fullback, Devin Wells, on a good solo effort.
Devin Wells doing a really nice job getting a little crack at the line of scrimmage, but then going right up the gut and running over a defensive back in for a touchdown. The North leads 14-7.
Well, there you have it. Wells 5 carries and 33 yards and a touchdown in the first half. As you can see the stats in front of you, the South outgaining the North, but not on the scoreboard, and that turnover a costly one. As we're ready to begin second half play, the North kicking to the South. Back deep to receive, Clinton Jones across the 20, 25. Slips down just shy of the 30-yard line at about the 29. So Clinton Jones, who in the first half was mighty nifty on the punt returns, that time carries out just shy of the 30-yard line, where the South will set up 1st and 10. Trailing by 7 as we begin here in the second half.
Clinton Jones just has another wedge return and once again loses his footing up around the 30. The South offense has to show something, cannot be sloppy here in the second half if they want to close up this deficit here. We're hoping their play is going to be not quite as sloppy as the first half, and teams are going to have to stop making dumb penalties out here if they expect to win the game tonight.
Well, Ryan Schneider opens the second half at quarterback. He opened the first half as well. He'll turn, he'll give on first down to Maurice Throw, a 5'10 senior out of South Broward High School, and Throw is thrown straight backwards. Not a whole lot there for Maurice on that play. It'll bring up second down and call it about 12 yards to go. I think he lost about 2 yards on the play. They'll call it 3 yards, so second down and 13 for the South. So not exactly the best way to begin the second half.
Still trying to run up the gut on first down, Bill. I'd love to see him try to test Josh Gibbons, their big left tackle who's going to the University of Nebraska. I'd really like to see if he can push his guy off the line of scrimmage, but they keep going on the interior, those quick little dives. and not a lot happening for the South right now on offense.
So that'll bring up 2nd and long. Schneider dropping, plenty of time, fires down the field. He's got a man wide open, and he drops the ball. Torrey Johnson all by himself out near midfield. Might have been too wide open on that play because he was there, he had it, and he dropped it on a beautiful pass from Ryan Schneider, who had plenty of time.
Big pass rush by the North defense, but Ryan held in the pocket, did a really nice job in buying himself into some time and delivered the ball downfield to a wide open receiver. But another drop here forces the South into a 3rd and long.
3rd down, call it 13 to go. Just underway, second half. Mandarin High School in Jacksonville in the 11th annual Shrine Bowl, pitting the North versus the South. Here's Schneider in the pocket. Time to pass. Over the middle. Floats a pass. Nearly intercepted. He was looking for Clinton Jones. Clinton Jones wasn't there. Quentin Bennett was. He couldn't hold it. That'll bring up 4th down.
Antonio Bryant was streaking down the right side, and Schneider went to the inside receiver. Clinton Jones may have taken a look at Antonio Bryant, may have taken a longer look, and you know, either of them could have gotten to that ball, once again forcing the South to punt. 3 downs and out.
Scott Everhart back to pass again, or back to punt again, I should say, for the South. Back deep to receive. For the North squad will be Nick Thompson, Leon High School product out of Tallahassee. David Eddy from right here in Jacksonville will be the up man on the punt. Here's the Everhart punt, end over end. Thompson will let it hit. It'll take a sideline roll and come dead at about the 31-yard line. Much like we saw in the first half on special teams, a flag comes out. Before we get to the flag, let's go down to the sideline where Scott Jackson's with a very special guest.
I sure am a very lucky winner with the Polaris personal watercraft and with Michelle Thorpe. And Michelle, did you expect anything this good come to a football game tonight?
No, I just expected to come out and see a nice game for the North side.
Pretty excited. Do you know how to use one of these things?
Well, I've used one before, but I got to get out there and get more experience now on it.
Well, congratulations. Let's meet the man who made this possible tonight, Terry Holt, with us from Polaris. Tell us a little bit about this watercraft.
Well, it's one of many that Polaris has. We make 15 different models and to choose from. Some of them are the higher horsepower. This is the entry-level ski, which we donated tonight.
Of course, you're from Purcell Motorcycle and Marine World. How could somebody go get one of these if they wanted to pick one up themselves, say tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we're not open, but Monday we'll be open. They can come right on in, and we can fix them right up.
Well, I appreciate it, Terry, and congratulations, Michelle. Back up to you guys. A lot of fun down here.
Yeah, maybe Michelle will take you for a ride a little later on, Scott. It's wet enough on that field in certain parts.
You could use it down here tonight, that's for sure.
I'm telling you, if the rain continues to go on and off, Michelle might want to take that thing on and fire it up and maybe cruise home on it tonight. Well, the infraction that we got before we went down to the sideline to Scott was a clip. And if I'm not mistaken, it was whistled on the North squad. Let's go back to the instant replay, Dave. What do we have here?
Have clipping on the white team on the return. There was no change of possession. It's penalized from the previous spot, 15 yards, first down.
So it was, again, a post-possession foul. And so, I mean, that one's going to go on David Eddy, the wide receiver out of Jacksonville Forest High School. Just not a very heady play.
That's the second one of the night, and it's very, very unusual call. But once again, these guys are trying to be very, very aggressive. Guys are not fielding punts and allowing things like this to happen. When the ball's rolling around on the field, there's not a lot of communication out there. Not a lot of defenders know that the ball's on the ground. And it's leading to a lot of dumb penalties right now.
And I'll tell you who doesn't like it's the North defense who's done their job, but the South offense gets to come right back with a free pass. Bryant split wide to the right. They'll bring another man in motion. That's Torrey Johnson. Back under center, Ryan Schneider, the 6A player of the year in the state of Florida. One back behind him, that's Maurice Throw. They'll give straight ahead to Throw, and he'll battle for a little bit of a gain this time. Something he wasn't able to do last time, and that's gain a couple of yards. He does this time, and he'll push the pile ahead for about 2 yards. The men in the trenches, Gibbons, Shapiro, Casino, Arnold, and Derrick doing their job up front tonight as they take care of business.
That was a couple very challenging last names up there, Bill.
You know.
But those guys are doing their job up there. I see a lot of people in the backfield right now. But once again, I don't think you're going to be able to get a lot of yardage trying to rush it on the ground.
So what will they decide to do this time? 3 wide receivers in the ball game. Again, Bryant and Johnson split wide to the right. Again, Throw takes the ball. Straight ahead this time. Good running.
He's still up.
He's still ahead. Whistle came in kind of early on that play. I'll tell you what, the South coaches are not happy about that. He was still up and moving, and the whistle came in kind of early.
The South is going to be very, very upset about this. I saw feet moving the whole time. The running back did an outstanding job there, and he still hasn't hit the ground yet, Bill.
No, nobody tackled him.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was a tough call. Here's the replay. A lot of people on his feet doing a great job with body lean. I haven't seen the guy go down yet. I don't see a knee down yet. I see him spinning. I see him shucking. He's making a lot of yards. God, 25 still hasn't hit the ground yet, and he still owns the ball. This play shouldn't even be whistled dead.
I'll tell you what, big Josh Gibbons shaking up on the play that time for the South, and well, he is a big man, 6'5", 270 pounds. He's bound for Nebraska next year. And I'll tell you, of all the linemen that are on the field tonight, this guy might have the biggest upside.
Oh, I think so. Starting out at 6'5", 260 and going to the University of Nebraska.
What will he be by the time he's a senior at Nebraska?
He could be a solid 320. He could look like Baselli before it's all over.
Telling you what, he is a big man with a big future in front of him, but he limps to the sideline this time, and in to replace him is 71, Brandon Newton. Boyd Anderson High School product, who will be bound for Hofstra University in the fall.
Well, he's got to do a good job in pass protection because the South is not doing a great job rushing the ball right now, even though they might have gotten the first down right there.
Yeah, that time they went straight ahead again with Maurice Throw again behind that left side of the offensive line, and that time it looks like Maurice Throw got himself a first down. So after the last time when he wasn't ever down and they whistled him down, this time they'll say he got the 3 yards he needed, maybe even 4, moved the chains, first down South, and again, the South squad on the move, racking up more yards on offense.
There haven't been a lot of third and short conversions in this game. I think the South offense did a nice job right there, especially with the substitution of Brandon Newton coming in for Josh Gibbons. They just ran it up the left side, and maybe that's something we'll see more of.
Mr. Stats Paul tells me that was the first third and short conversion we've had tonight. So a good one from Maurice Throw and the South offense. Here's Schneider whipping one in the near flat. Antonio Bryant's got it, and that time he is absolutely positively swarmed under by a herd of Northern defensemen, and Antonio Bryant taking some issue with the way the defenseman rode him out of bounds that time.
I'd like to see a few more green shirts over there, Bill, myself. One of the other receivers came out to help Antonio, but I'd like to see his lineman get downfield. On a replay here, you see the out pattern here. But the North defensive secondary is all over Antonio. They know he's an outstanding player. They know he's a dangerous threat, and they're getting 3 and 4 bodies all over him. And look at that. 55 on the sideline is getting in on the act as well.
That looked like something you'd do, Wydell. A little extracurricular on the sidelines. The man riding him out of bounds was a Jacksonville product out of Jackson High School, Jerome Stewart. He made a nice tackle. 55 took a cheap shot. No flag that time, though. And a 2-yard gain for Antonio Bryant. That was catch number 6 on the night for Bryant. Here's Throw again, straight ahead. Nice run that time. Maurice Throw around the right side, across the 40-yard line, down to about the 38-yard line. Looks like he's got enough for a first down, and I'll tell you what, the South has come out here, Dave, and contrary to the first half, they look like they're making the concerted effort to run the football.
You know, on a sloppy field, they've realized their receivers, their speed receivers, haven't done a good job, but right now, you get a nice little inside run play. 68, Mark Shapiro does a nice job on a little trap inside there, and allows Maurice to get upfield. Maybe the South has found something here. They realize they can't throw the ball very well and efficiently right now. Maybe they're going to pound it against the North defense.
Let's see what they do here. 1st and 10, 39-yard line to the North. Throw again. This time, nothing doing. Straight ahead he came, and straight ahead he went. Straight down. That time, the big tackle came from Manuel Robles out of New Smyrna Beach High School. Put a flag on the field.
Number 61, Manuel Robles.
Holding on the offense is the call, and it'll be an interesting call here to see what happened. Well, there's no excuse for a hold on a play that got 1 yard, is there?
Well, what's going on right now, Bill, is Manuel Robles is doing an outstanding job in penetrating the offensive line. Here it is on the replay. We may not see it, but what happened is one of the guards had a big problem with number 61.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
He couldn't handle him at the line of scrimmage and had to pull him down. Emmanuel Robles, I tell you, we've called his name out a few times tonight. I think he's doing an outstanding job for the North defense. And where's he going to college, Bill? Tennessee State University. Boy, he's a big kid, I'm surprised he isn't going to a larger school.
Well, he'll be making his hay up at Tennessee State this fall, and he forces that ball backwards. First down, call it about 20 to go. Schneider to pass. He'll have to this time. Downfield it goes. The ball floats. It's in the air. It's picked off. Back coming the other way, and the ball is now loose. Dio Hill picked it off, then fumbled it, and it was recovered on the play by whom? Jerome Stewart. East Carolina bound. The Pirates got themselves a good one, and an interception picked off and returned by Dio Hill from New Smyrna Beach High School. And the North gets it back on the turnover. So that time, Brian Schneider may have tried to force a little too much.
Here's a replay, and Schneider sitting in the pocket, really getting pressured here by the outside rushers. Left tackle gets beat here, and probably the outside linebacker comes down on his arm. Throws one up into too many coverage guys, too many white jerseys down there. Dio Hill does the right thing, though, makes a great grab and gets upfield, doesn't protect the ball, and gets stripped from behind. But Jerome Stewart is on top of things and showing a lot of hustle down there as a defensive lineman, getting down and recovering.
So it goes back to the North. They lead by 7. 5:57 to play third quarter at the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl on the Sunshine Network.
Choosing a personal watercraft can be a real test, but Rusty Wallace knows just what he wants. Polaris, when you know what you want. See your local dealer for big savings on select models.
A very tired but satisfied North defense. They come up with yet another turnover, and they get it back to their offense, leading 14-7. Spotted at the 41. Back comes the offense for the North. Swing pass in the near flat. Nick Thompson with his first catch of the evening. Ball floated out there by Mike Mitchell, who will start the second half at quarterback for the North. That last South drive, by the way, to open the second half up, lasted 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Very frustrating, Dave, when you have a long drive like that but come up empty.
Lots of turnovers, and it's too bad. They've got a pretty good quarterback with a pretty good arm, but he's getting in such long-distance third down situations. He's got to throw the ball up, and he's throwing into coverage tonight.
Just a yard pickup that time by Nick Thompson on the toss from Mike Mitchell. It'll be second down and 9. 3 wide receivers on the field for the North. Turn and a give this time. And DeWitt Pedersen, nice yardage as he makes the turn around the corner up the left side, knocked out of bounds right near midfield at about the 49-yard line. So a couple of times tonight we saw DeWitt Pedersen on the opening kickoff make a nice run, and he's had a couple of nice runs in between.
DeWitt Pedersen takes the ball up the right side and gets stymied, then comes up the left side on his own and gets outside, gets about 6 or 7 yards, and it leaves the North with 3rd and 3.
And again, not many third and short opportunities for either team in this game, so it'll be interesting to see what Steve Harden decides to come up with here for his quarterback, Mike Mitchell. 3rd down and 3. North ball at the North 49-yard line, leading by 7. 5:20 to play here in the third quarter. Mitchell under center. He'll look long on this play. Looking outside, he tried to find his man Antonio Wilkerson, but nice coverage on the outside and a tough pass to complete. That time coverage on the outside by Antoine Joyce. Check that. Rashad Johnson had the coverage on the outside. Terrific play by Johnson out of Miami Lakes Senior High School. And that'll force a 4th down and call it 3 yards to go from the North 49-yard line.
You know, I'd hate to see the completion percentages tonight, Bill. We haven't been very, very efficient passing the ball. And although the South has come out and tried to run the ball early, being down, I still think they're going to have to throw the ball again. Here's a nice punt here.
Nice punt by Levitt. Philip Buchanan takes it. He's got some running room. Up the left side. Buchanan into the open field. Flag on the play. This one might come back. Buchanan trips, falls, and knocked out of bounds near the 50-yard line, but a yellow hanky is dropped back around the 22-yard line. And we might have ourselves another clip on the South offense. If so, that will negate a terrific run by Philip Buchanan.
We'll see Philip Buchanan here field the ball cleanly. It looks like they have a side return set up. Blocks are being made. There's got to be a penalty along here somewhere, though, a clip, and that looks like it is right there. She didn't even need that one. Number 3, Philip was right up the sideline. It's too bad that one's going to be called back. But that's been the story about the South all night tonight, Bill. Getting penalties on special teams and playing sloppily and not allowing themselves to get good field position.
Well, the guilty culprit was the man we were just praising a moment ago for pretty good coverage on the outside against Wilkerson. Rashad Johnson that time. Little chuck in the back. It really wasn't needed. And that'll back up that South offense. They'll have to start deep in their own territory. Let's go down to the field and see what the officials' call is.
Clipping on the return. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So there you have the call from the field official, clipping. That's what we kind of thought it was. Half the distance of the goal line. And that means the ball will be spotted back near the 10 to start out this series for the South. And again, penalties backing the South up. Yet the South offense has been able to move the ball when it had to on the North defense.
The South offensive line has been doing a good job opening up holes for their running backs. But when you start off inside your own 20 all night, it's hard to be able to put an offense together and be able to run the ball all night.
Here's Ryan Schneider looking deep. He's got a man running down the sideline. Clinton Jones just overshot him at about midfield, and Clinton Jones had broken away from Quentin Bennett. Bennett going to Northern Arizona next year. Clinton Jones on his way to Auburn University. And a nice matchup between two of the better players on the field tonight. And Schneider just missed with his pass, and Jones had a step.
Big arm by Ryan Schneider. It's too bad Clinton couldn't get past the defense there. I'd like to see Ryan Schneider take advantage of that arm strength down the middle of the field instead of down the sideline.
He tried the one time, and Torrey Johnson let him down. The South quarterbacks tonight, 8 out of 21 for 89 yards. North quarterbacks a little bit more efficient, but not nearly the passing yards, 7 of 12 for 41. And another flag dropped on the field, this time by the back judge, and this is going to be, I think, a delay of game call.
Delay of game.
And this one hurts, too, because, again, you're backed up already on your 10-yard line. Here's the official call.
Dead ball, delay a game. On the offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That really backs up the South. Now it's 2 and 15, and they're forced to throw the ball. Once again, their passing efficiency has been way below 50%, and it's not going to rise dramatically trying to throw these deep fades all night.
From the 5-yard line, into the end zone he goes. Again, looking deep for Clinton Jones. He's got him, and he drops it out of bounds. Actually, that was Philip Buchanan on the near sideline here. And again, the coverage by Quentin Bennett. That time, Buchanan was able to locate the ball. He just couldn't hold on. And here's a look at it.
Here's Schneider taking the snap and throwing a deep fade down the right side. Boy, the kid has great arm strength. His receiver's open, but just could not cradle that. Would have been an awfully tough catch over the shoulder, Bill. Nonetheless, it's 3rd and long, and here comes another one.
Now, yet another 3rd and long tonight. Nothing new for the South offense. They seem to have been backed up all night by penalties. Call it 3rd and about 15 yards from their own 5-yard line. They have to get out to about the 21-yard line for a first down. This time an eye set on 3rd down. Schneider fires over the middle. He's got his man, Antonio Bryant. He'll be short of the first down, but yet another catch by Bryant. Catch number 7 tonight. And Bryant goes over 100 yards receiving now on the evening. So Antonio Bryant's had a terrific night. And he seems to have been Ryan Schneider's favorite target so far this evening, but he will be short of a first down, and that'll bring on the punting unit.
Antonio, I know, has caught over 100 yards worth of balls tonight. However, there hasn't been any impact catches right now. Most of his catches have been 3rd and long and for short receptions.
On the field to punt again, Scott Everhart from the South out of Hillsborough High School. Again, a short punt. This one gets away from him. Will he be able to help himself out? Yes, he will. He gets the punt away. Lucky break. The return was on for the North. And Everhart gets off a pretty good kick, all things considered, and it rolled dead at about the 41-yard line. And there's a timeout on the field with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the third quarter, and the North leading this game 14-7. It'll be North football when we return to the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl right here on Sunshine.
For a comprehensive look at University of Central Florida athletics, it's Nighttime on Sunshine, brought to you by Primeco. Life after Dante Culpepper begins at UCF as the Golden Knights football team looks to replace 12 starters lost to graduation. Coupled with a tough schedule that features 4 bowl winners from 1998, the task will be difficult for head coach Mike Kruzik. Look to the defense to lead the way as they have the opportunity to steal some of the spotlight this year. They'll return 7 starters from a unit that finished 26th in the nation in yards allowed. The entire defensive front line returns, and it was this line that was responsible for 19 of the team's 24 sacks. For more on University of Central Florida athletics, stay tuned to Nighttime on Sunshine, brought to you by Primeco.
And back we come to the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl. Bill Riley and Dave Wydell from Mandarin High School in Jacksonville, Florida, as the North All-Stars take over on offense. Mitchell Brown at Palatka High School back at quarterback, and he'll give straight ahead on the carry. We have not seen Raymond Hudson back in this ball game carrying the football since his ding early, and that's the first time. Actually, that is the first carry we've seen Raymond Hudson make since early on when he took that shot to the back of the head from the middle linebacker of this South squad, Russell Rothar. So good to see Raymond Hudson back on the field, and more importantly, Alabama coaches can breathe a sigh of relief with him coming back on the field.
I think they will. After that first quarter touchdown, Raymond Hudson, I'm sure, is very excited to be back on the field.
2 wide receivers from Mitchell Brown. This time floats one in the flat and has his man. Nice catch made here on the near side. Antonio Wilkerson used his speed to separate and has near first down yardage. Give him a first down and move the chains for the North.
Antonio Wilkerson here with a nice catch, but guess who's there? Russell Rothar for the very nice open field tackle on Antonio. You're going to see that pass quite a bit. They have to get their outstanding receivers out in the open field so they can get some yards up the field, because rushing the ball has not been very effective for the North offense tonight.
Tough for the defense on a wet field to be able to keep up with speedsters who know where their routes are going. 1st and 10 now. Play action pass, no. Now I'll give to Betterson in the backfield. Struggling, now moves forward. Nice run that time by DeWitt Betterson. But DeWitt Betterson looked like he was going to be pinned up behind the line of scrimmage that time, Dave, and he actually found some running room, made a nice gain.
That was nice. Probably one of the nicer runs we've had tonight. Once again, Russell Rothar on the tackle. Here in the replay, we'll see it. Looks like play action, a little draw play with a lead back. Almost caught in the backfield, does a nice job of bouncing the ball outside, and then squares his shoulders and gets about 6 or 7 yards. Russell Rothar once again on the tackle.
I'll give him a gain of 6. It's 2nd down and 4 to go from about the 20-yard line. North on the move again. This time it's Betterson again. He's got the corner inside the 15 to the 10, knocked out of bounds down near the 5-yard line. And DeWitt Betterson making a move toward the end zone, but more importantly, moving the chains for the North offense. They'll set it up now, 1st down and goal.
Phil, what a nice run. Betterson right, Betterson left here. Actually is almost caught in the backfield. You'll see it on the replay here. Does a nice job with the stiff arm and then gets outside. He's showing some speed there. Russell Rothar couldn't get to him there. Turns upfield, has a really nice run.
Nice indeed. 1st down. It's about a 13-yard gain to down near the 6 or 7-yard line. This time, Raymond Hudson. Pile drive backwards near the 10-yard line. No running room for the little man from Holmes County High School. And he'll be backed up a couple of yards. And it'll be 2nd down and goal this time for the North squad, as the clock ticks down with about 20 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Raymond Hudson, it seems it's either minus 2 yards in the backfield or a touchdown, doesn't it, Bill? He's a tough runner, but once again, if you're not getting any blocking up front, He's going to get tackled in the backfield. And here we go. What's the North going to do? Are they going to run it or are they going to throw it?
How much time do we have? 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They get it off. Mitchell Brown slips in the backfield back near the 20-yard line. And oh, man, they looked like they had something set up beautifully to this side for Antonio Wilkerson. Mitchell Brown couldn't keep his footwork. And as he goes down, so ends the third quarter. They march to the opposite end, 3 quarters in the books. And our score here at the end of 3. The North squad leading the South squad. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter action coming up right here on Sunshine.
Now is the perfect time to start weightlifting. The perfect time for SoloFlex. For a lot of good reasons. No other exercise is better for your overall health than weightlifting. The muscle you build on SoloFlex increases your metabolism to burn fat 24 hours a day. Weightlifting also boosts your immune system and increases your aerobic capacity. Weightlifting strengthens your bones and tendons. And nothing works better than weightlifting to improve your looks and energy. Now is the perfect time to call SoloFlex. Call now for your free brochure.
As another year of Florida high school sports is complete, it is time to acknowledge and award the performances and achievements of athletes statewide. The Florida High School Sports Awards, presented by Dairy Farmers, Tuesday night at 8 on Sunshine.
Well, one of the longer 3rd and goal opportunities you'll ever see. 3rd and goal from the 20. This time, Mitchell Brown cannot make the connection on a little slant play to Antonio Wilkerson. That'll bring up 4th and an eternity. 4th and goal from about the 19-yard line. Strategy here, Dave?
4th and 19, leading by 7. I don't know, they're going to kick a field goal, I hope. Go up by 10. The South really hasn't done a good job in moving the ball in a consistent fashion. And to put points on the board here, maybe a big uplifting factor for the North.
35-yard attempt for Gabe Levitt. If anybody knows this field, it's Levitt. Kick is up, and it's good. A line drive splits the uprights, and Gabe Levitt, who made his career kicking on this very field for Mandarin High School, bound for University of Central Florida next year, drills a 35-yarder, and the North extends their lead out to 17-7.
That's our first field goal attempt and first made field goal of the night. Really nice snap. Everyone was blocking there. Really nice split the uprights there. Hey, it's always nice to play in your own backyard, Bill.
Boy, oh boy, nice kick that time by Gabe Levitt. And it looked like, too, the South got some pretty good pressure coming up the gut, but he was focused. He had the head down. Tell you what, he'd make David Treadwell very proud with that kick. Treadwell, the former Bronco kicker, NFL longtime kicker who actually kicked a little bit down here in the state of Florida. So Gabe Levitt puts the North back out on top, 17-7. 11:45 to play here in the ball game. Now a 10-point cushion for the North. Does the pressure begin to seep in now for the South, Dave, or is there still a lot of time here to play?
It is an all-star game. These guys want to showcase their talents. They're down 10 points right now. I think what they have to do, and I agree with their coach, I think they're a more athletic team than the North. However, with all the mistakes, penalties, and turnovers they've had tonight, they're not giving themselves a chance to compete.
So Levitt, after drilling the 35-yard field goal, now kicks it deep. He's got it to Philip Buchanan. Buchanan across the 10, out to the 15, going wide side. He'll make it to the 20. Can he turn the corner and get to the 25? Yeah, he does, and that's about it. Ridden down there by the North squad. And so a nice return. Buchanan ran himself about 20 yards on the return, but did himself about 55 yards in north-south yardage. So the North will take over. Actually, the South will take over at about their own 25-yard line.
Buchanan did a nice job there. Once again, on the sloppy field, it's probably smarter to go and run and try to outrun everyone up the sideline. He finally, once again, this is probably the best field position they started out with in quite a while. They're starting out at the 25, but once again, they've got to stop the dumb penalties. They've got to stop the turnovers if they're going to get back into this game. Ryan,
Here's the last scoring drive from the North. Obviously, 8 plays and 29 yards. Took up 3:04. Back in the ball game at quarterback this time for the South. We haven't seen much of Luis Gonzalez here in the second half. It's been pretty much the Ryan Schneider show. And this time he connects it again to his favorite target tonight, Antonio Bryant, who comes up with catch number 8 on this evening. And he continues to rack up yard after yard. But again, like you said, Dave, if you're the South, you'd like to see some big play yardage out of Mr. Bryant.
I'd like to see Antonio Bryant coming up with about a 15 or 18 yard average tonight, and it's looking to be around 8, 9, or 10. And those probably aren't the kind of numbers that he put up at his high school this year.
Yeah, Northwestern High School in South Florida, renowned for producing very good athletes, and now Antonio Bryant, just another in the long line. 2nd and 2. Again, Bryant. This time the big play Dave Weidel was looking for. Out across the 40, inside the 35, and down near the 29-yard line. Antonio Bryant goes. Weidel, you asked for it, now you got it. There's your big play offense, and that time it was a matter of him just getting separation.
Let's watch Schneider here with the gun. Throws a really great ball on the line in between 2 defenders. Antonio Bryant doing what he does best, getting yards after the catch, making the catch in traffic, and then using his speed and his elusiveness to get upfield.
That's what they liked and what they saw at the University of Pittsburgh, and that's why they signed him. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line again. Antonio Bryant, they're picking on Derek Jackson on the outside, who's bound for Troy State. Derek Jackson had a good first half. He's struggling now with marking up on Antonio Bryant.
Well, Derek's got to cover what they've decidedly is their best receiver, Antonio Bryant. Just got burned on a seam pass there, was giving him a little room, so he was able to throw that down and out. Don't be surprised if they keep going to the well with Antonio Bryant. Ryan Schneider likes him. Obviously, that's 9 or 10 passes tonight. He's going to get the ball. I don't know if it's going to be this play, but...
And the ball is loose on the turf. Who's it recovered by? The South's going to keep possession of that. But Ryan Schneider had a tough time coming up with it, and he was able to fall forward and recover that football. Dave, is there a worse feeling in the world being a center or a quarterback and knowing that ball did not make connection?
You know you're going to get it on the sideline. You know you're going to get it when you watch films. But it is the most important play in an offensive series, the exchange between the center and quarterback, and it's not something you get to work on enough in 1 week of practice.
Antonio Bryant, 10 catches, 152 yards so far. He's now on the sideline. Toss sweep comes back this way. They're looking, they've got him. Ramus Johnson down across the 20-yard line, and he'll be close to the 19. A great carry on 3rd down and very close to 1st down yardage for Ramus Johnson. So kind of a surprise to toss sweep on 3rd and 7.
Yeah, certainly out of character for the South right now, but it's awfully close to a 1st down. Ramus doing a good job actually outrunning his pulling left guard, Mark Shapiro, but that doesn't seem to be too hard to do. Mark Shapiro looks to be over 300 pounds or so, and he's going to Florida Atlantic University.
They don't start their football program for another year. You know who's down there opening that program up? Howard Schnellenberger is the athletic director at Florida Atlantic University. They'll begin practicing this fall, but they will not take to the field until the year 2000.
Pretty nice resume on Howard Schnellenberger. And how did they...
They're measuring for the 1st down on Ramus Johnson's run, and the chain is out. Now we're trying to determine one way or another how far he is, and it looks like he's got it. 1st down. 1st down.
And a very important 1st down for the South. This is something they can build on here. They're they're in the red zone now, and the way that Schneider and Antonio Bryant have been hooking up in the passing game, expect to see some of that in the red zone here.
So Ramus Johnson needed 6.5. He got 6.5 yards on 3rd down. You can move the chain, spotted at about the 19-yard line. And it's 1st down and 10 as the South continues to march into North Territory. Clock running, 8:50 to play here in the ball game, and the South, who has possession, trailing by 10. A critical drive here for the men in green. Here's Schneider, again firing, again to Bryant, into the open field. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Antonio Bryant. And he's going to be flagged for a celebration as he tried to spike the ball over the goalpost.
Well, he ought to celebrate on that one, Bill. He finally got some single coverage. Schneider was able to throw that ball in on a line, very much like a pass to Jerry Rice on that quick little slant. And that's what Antonio needs to be doing, and that's what he's going to be expected to do at the University of Pittsburgh.
11 catches now, 171 yards for Antonio Bryant, and now add a touchdown to the resume. We've got ballots in front of us for MVP from both the North and the South. Balloting now, you might think about a gentleman by the name of Bryant. But still 8 minutes and 35 seconds of football to play. Tell you who's not very happy.
Conduct after the score. Penalty is penalized on the try for point, 15 yards.
This PAT is shaping up to be more like a field goal, Bill.
I was about to say, excuse me, Mr. Referee, the man who's not very happy about that post-TD celebration is kicker Scott Everhart, the lefty. Instead of now having the easy PAT, we'll have to attempt one from 35 yards away. So the same field goal Gabe Levitt hit a few minutes ago, Everhart's going to have to hit. He's only going to get 1 point if he does. Places down. The kick is up. Plenty of leg. And he got it. How do you do, Mr. Everhart? Hillsborough High product, making him proud there in South Florida. He drills it through, and with 8:35 to play in the ball game, the South creeps back to within 3. 17-14. The North leads the South. So as Everhart goes to the bench, we'll go to break. 8:35 to play in the ball game. Go anywhere. We got a dandy shaping up here at Mandarin High School in Jacksonville at the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl on Sunshine.
Choosing a personal watercraft can be a real test, but Rusty Wallace knows just what he wants. Polaris, when you know what you want. See your local dealer for big savings on select models.
What I'm about to tell you may seem hard to believe. It may even seem impossible. But I assure you it's true. With medical costs skyrocketing at an incredible rate, Shriners hospitals continue to help children by providing some of the world's finest medical care for the exact same price they charged nearly 75 years ago. Nothing. To find out more, call this toll-free number. Shriners help kids get back on their feet.
Well, it's been your classic game of ebb and flow, give and take here in the 1999 Florida Shrine Bowl between the North and the South, the best in the state of Florida. The North jumped up by 10, 17-7 moments ago, but the South countered with an Antonio Bryant drive. It seemed like he led them downfield, caught a 19-yard touchdown, and brought them back within 3 at 17-14. Here's your Scott Everhart kick. It will be deep. It will be received by the North. Out across the 25 to the 30 to the 35-yard line. DeWitt Betterson, who returned 193 on the opening kickoff of the game, takes it out across the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line. Let's head downstairs to Scott Jackson with a couple of special guests. Scott?
All right, thanks a lot, Bill and Dave, down here with two very special guests, our king and queen for this year's Shrine Bowl game. And with me is Nathan, who's the king. And Nathan, you having a good time out here tonight?
Yes, sir.
You enjoying the football game?
Yes, sir.
Who you rooting for?
South.
South, all right. How you doing, Christina?
Good.
You having a good time?
Yes, sir.
Is it fun being the queen?
Yes, sir.
You get to wear that cool crown, too, don't you?
Yes.
Nathan and Christina are one of thousands of kids that get an opportunity to use the Shriners Hospital. Of course, all those treatments are paid for by the good folks here at the Shriners, and they go to the Tampa Treatment Center, which is the main one in the nation. So, guys, back up to you.
All right, Scott, if they're the king and queen, that would make you the joker there on the sideline. Scott Jackson, we'll be back to him in just a little while. While we were away, and there again, Nathan and Christina, Raymond Hudson from the North tried to take one straight ahead. The North trying to kill a little clock with their running game. Nothing doing. Raymond Hudson lost himself about 5 or 6 yards on that first gain, so it'll bring up second down at about 15 for the North squad. They're going to try and air it out this time. A wide receiver there, but the ball was overthrown pretty badly. Nick Thompson has got great speed. He's a sprinter. In fact, a state champion in the 400 meters. Ran a 47, Dave, in the 400 this year. A state champ at Leon High School. Was overshot that time by Mike Mitchell.
Well, he's got awfully great speed, but the defense of the South was very aware that they were going to have to go downfield, so they weren't allowing him to get behind him. They played defense a little deeper than normal, And now they're going to get a chance to do that again, 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd down and long here. 3rd and 15 to be exact. 7:21. The clock is now stopped to play here in the 4th quarter. 3 wide receivers at the disposal of Mike Mitchell, quarterback, down for University of Pennsylvania next year. He'll be a Quaker. Any quaking here, they'll set up the screen. They'll bring it back to this side. They've got DeWitt Betterson into the open field, back across the original line of scrimmage, and he'll pick up an extra 2, but not near enough for the 1st down, and that'll bring on the punting squad. And well, I think the South has a little bit of momentum after that last score.
I think they certainly do. If they can be smart about this return and not get pinned inside their 20, I think the momentum is going to help them out. North, I don't know, not being very aggressive there in that possession, only leading by 3 with lots of time left for the South.
Tavares Spillman back deep for the South squad, also joined back there by Philip Buchanan and Rashard Johnson. It'll be taken by Spillman. He's out across the 10, dancing his way toward the 15, and maybe makes the 16-yard line, but not a whole lot else for him back there. It's good coverage by the North squad. Is anchored by their special teams. They'll pin the South back at about the 16-yard line, and now with 6:22 to play, this becomes a critical drive for the South.
They cannot make any mistakes. They cannot turn the ball over. They have to be as efficient as they have been on the last possession. The North defense knows they like the connection to Antonio Bryant. Don't expect to see Antonio single cover during this possession.
Well, they speak of Mr. Bryant, and there he goes, split out wide to the right. He will see double coverage out there. A man up and a safety behind. Another wide receiver split to the left, and an I formation behind quarterback Ryan Schneider. Schneider looks. He'll come this way. Looking for a man. Tavares Spillman belted out of bounds and incomplete. Quentin Bennett there to break up the play. Let's go back to the sideline in Scott Jackson.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Here with Gabe Levitt, who's in the big game, of course, kicking on his home field. Hit a 35-yard field goal earlier, and you said you saw a little bit of laces, but still banged it through.
Yeah, we still got the points. It's all that matters. It's on the board.
Now you're going to go to UCF and be a Gold Knight. You excited about that opportunity?
Sir, I am.
Is it fun playing at home?
It's a blast. I'm telling you, one last chance, make a stand. It's a lot of fun.
I appreciate it, Gabe. Gabe's been very busy, not only kicking field goals tonight, extra points, also punting and doing the kickoffs for the North team this evening. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Scott. Gabe Levitt has had a nice night. Let's see if his North squad can hang on for the win here. They're looking for Clinton Jones. Clinton Jones was there and again went through his hands. I think a pretty good pass that time by Schneider.
It was a decent pass, but it was definitely in traffic. Would have been a great grab if Clinton Jones could have come down with it. But do we have a timeout on the field?
Yeah, there's a timeout on the field. They're going to take a break, get a little bit of water. I think we'll do the same thing on kind of a muggy night here in Jacksonville at Mandarin High School. The guys need some water. We'll take a water break ourselves. 6:03 to play in the ball game. North clinging to a 3-point lead over the South. Back with more after this on Sunshine.
My winning formula? First, I train. Then, I motivate. Fuel up. And dominate.
What's your winning formula? Log on to Gatorade.com now and tell us. Gatorade, is it in you?
I'm here today with Coco the Palm. Coco, why the move to the front office?
Well, Matt, I wasn't cut out to be a mascot. PR is my thing now. So I'm here to announce the La Quinta Fox Sports Net Go and Go and Gone sweepstakes. Win a trip to L.A., prime baseball tickets, $1,000, a tour of Fox Sports News, and more.
Nice package, Coco.
Thanks. Enter to win at any La Quinta nationwide, folks.
Log on to Major League Baseball with SunshineNetwork.com. Scores, stats, news, and more. You'll find it all with SunshineNetwork.com's Major League Baseball coverage. SunshineNetwork.com, your web source for Florida sports.
You guys can win it, though. And they got...
Back we come, 6:03 to play here in the fourth quarter. 17-14, North leading the South. South football, 3rd down and 10 from their own 15-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Two backs split on either side of the quarterback, Ryan Schneider. 6 of 13 passing tonight. Schneider looking downfield, floats one in the flat. He's got a man. There with the catch just in front of the stick is Tavares Spellman. Spellman comes up with a big catch, who I was told was the best receiver on this football team by coaches this week. Spellman's had quite a quiet night. It's been in the Antonio Bryant show, but that time, Spellman had all kinds of room over there, Dave.
Well, I think they've been keying on Antonio, especially after the last series, and that's going to open up an opportunity for Tavares, and he's got to make the most of it right now, because I don't know if they're going to get another possession after this. 7 of 14 now for Schneider. He's got about 93 yards passing on the evening and a touchdown. Clock runs. Just inside of 5:50 to play. Inside handoff. This one comes straight ahead. Courtney Watson with it. The Riverview High School product has been pretty silent tonight. Heard a lot of great things about Watson coming into this game. Notre Dame bound next year, and the North defense has done a very nice job clamping down anytime Watson's been near the football. They weren't fooling anybody there. They know when he's in the backfield and that eye's probably going to get the ball, and it's usually been on first down. The North defense has done a nice job filling those holes, and not a lot of running room there, Bill.
Clock continues to run now. Critical timing now for the South offense. Second down and 10. 5:10 as the clock runs here in the fourth quarter. Again, 3 wide receiver set and 2 backs split to either side of Schneider. Plenty of time to pass. Looks downfield. He's got a man. Spellman is there. The ball is overthrown and out of bounds. Spellman had found his way between the safety and the corner there on the left side, but again, that time Schneider couldn't thread the needle in.
No, it was an overthrown ball, but he did show some pretty good arm strength going across the field. With the conditions the way they are, he certainly would have liked to have completed that, but they are going away from Antonio Bryant because he's attracting double coverage right now.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now. Clock is stopped with 4:56 to play in the ball game. Yet another critical 3rd down. They'll split Antonio Bryant, who's had the tremendous night. Wide right, trips to the left, one back in the backfield to the left of Schneider. Drops the pass, looks over the middle, has a man, caught there. Nice catch by Clinton Jones. Clinton Jones hauls it down at the 40-yard line. A terrific effort by the man bound for the Plains of Auburn next fall out of Santa Lucia's High School. And look at this catch by Bryant.
This is a clutch throw under pressure and a clutch catch. Look at that. Threaded it between 2 defenders, falling down for the first down to continue the South's drive.
Josh Oglesby was there, but not in time, and now it's a 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Schneider again, out in the flat, overthrows his man Clinton Jones. So maybe to the well once too often that time, but the clock does stop at 4:29 to play. Could be the longest 4 minutes 29 seconds of the year here in the final 4:29. With as many balls as have gone in the air tonight, I would expect this one to last a little bit longer. Here's Schneider walking to the sidelines.
2 South receivers running downfield after that little hitch, believing that they were open. Maybe they'll threaten the middle of the field. Here, there's Antonio Bryant. You know, it seems like it's time to go to Antonio, 2nd and 10. He's certainly been their key receiver tonight with over 100 yards in receiving and over 10 catches.
Yeah, 12 catches tonight for 171 yards, but none on this drive. Schneider's looked elsewhere as the coverage has been all over Bryant. He'll look downfield again. This time Clinton Jones is open. He's got separation. He's got the catch inside the 25 and racked down at the 20-yard line. 40-yard reception downfield to Clinton Jones. What a pass by Schneider.
Look at Schneider. No pressure on him. He's able to step up into the pocket and deliver this ball between 2 defenders, the cornerback and the safety. Here's another shot of it from the end zone. Wow, what a big ball across the field. Clinton Jones makes a great grab and is able to hold on after being harassed on the tackle there.
And again, Quentin Bennett, the man beaten up the left side that time. Bay High School product, 5'11", 178 pounds, beaten badly that time by Clinton Jones. And maybe the biggest pass and catch of the night by the North, or by the South offense, beating the North defense. And here comes Steve Harden on the field. Harden's not very happy with what's going on right now with his defense. He's going to let him know it. He is a disciplinarian to the hilt. 97 Class 5A Coach of the Year. He's been to these All-Star games before. This is his 4th Shrine Bowl that he's coached in. And he told me the other day that he believes in strict discipline, and that's not been very disciplined on this drive by his defense. So he's letting his boys know exactly how he feels right now.
You know, let's not take anything away from the North offense right now. Ryan Schneider, Antonio Bryant, Clinton Jones, and Tavares Spillman, boy, I tell you what, they've done a great job executing on this. They've made some big plays. There hasn't been any blown coverages. I think we've seen tight coverage, but I think Ryan Schneider is doing a great job delivering that ball right now.
You want to talk about big catches and big plays on this drive? We mentioned before Antonio Bryant's been the receiver of the night. Well, on this drive, it's been all Clinton Jones. He came up with the big first down grab on third down and then the big bomb. 2 catches for 52 yards on this drive for Clinton Jones. So he is getting the job done. 4:04 to play here in the fourth. 1st and 10 at the North 20-yard line. The South is on the move. Maurice Throw, the only back in the backfield. 3 wide receivers split left and right for Ryan Schneider. Plenty of time, looks, throws, and Tavares Spillman in the end zone, broken up. Terrific defense on the play there.
That was great defense, but if you notice by Derek Jackson, but Ryan Schneider took a peek over there to Antonio Bryant down the sideline, decided against it, and North defense did a great job defending that pass.
Well, Spillman that time juggled it, looked like he might come up with the catch, and then had it go out of bounds off his hand. So it'll bring up 2nd down. Plenty of time here on the clock. Is South very much within field goal range, as we saw the leg of Scott Everhart a little while ago.
Antonio Bryant is single covered right now.
On the outside. Let's see if Schneider recognizes it. Back out of the shotgun and under center. Here he goes. He'll look to the outside. The fade this time to Bryant. Near the end zone. Flag on the play. It looks like it may be defensive pass interference. Dio Hill had the coverage out there on Antonio Bryant. Dave, you recognize the coverage.
Schneider's been very effective going to Antonio. He noticed the single coverage on the outside. He's trying to complete this ball. Dio has to go in there and try to break it up. That's an awfully tough ball to defend because Antonio Bryant was using his body to shield the defender and try to make the catch for a touch.
Antonio Bryant is 6'2", 180 pounds. Dio Hill only goes 5'11". Advantage to the receiver, jump ball. I'll tell you what, on that play, it looked like it could go either way. I thought Dio Hill made a pretty nice play on the play. Let's go down to the field and get the call from the official.
Defensive pass interference. Penalties half the distance to the goal with an automatic 1st down.
Remember, unlike pro football, where that would be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, that one's only 10 yards to the 10-yard line. So, while it's a nice pickup by the South, they still have some work to do. 1st down and 10 from the 10-yard line, or just outside the 10-yard line. I formation. Watson and Throw behind. Give straight ahead. Courtney Watson pushes the pile down near the 8-yard line, but still not a whole lot of doing for the young man from Riverview High School. 6'2", 200 pounds, far and away the biggest running back we've got in this game, but what bigger doesn't always translate into more yardage, as we've seen tonight. The North clamps down when Courtney Watson gets the football.
The North knows when, and 1st down and with the eye, Courtney Watson is going to get a carry. I think they're keying on that, but right now, inside the 10, with 2nd and goal, they can go pass or they can go throw, and that's pass or run, and that's going to be awfully tough to defend. I believe someone's down on the field.
Yeah, we have an injury on the field. It's an injured South player right now. The medical staff is attending to the injured South player as we speak right now, and this is the one thing you don't like to see in a game like this. Late in the game, an injury like this, when these kids have their collegiate future still in front of them. This is one of those tough situations that you hope this young man gets up. And have we identified who it is yet? It's like big number 54 on the South South squad. 54.
Let's go North!
Somebody switched jerseys on us.
He's a late entry.
Number 84, Torrey Johnson.
Not 84. That's not Torrey Johnson. I can tell you right now that is not Torrey Johnson. 54. We don't have a name on that young man right now, but the good news is he's able to get to the sideline. So as we speak, the South will be back at it. 2nd down and 10. Now I call it 2nd and 9 from about the 9-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line.
A tough place to defend on the field with the ball at the 9. because it's not just 9 yards you have to defend, Bill. It's 19 yards, and that's an awfully big place. There's going to be a couple slants that might be available here.
And
going from the shotgun.
Shotgun trips. There are 2 receivers to the right, 2 running backs, and now flags littered the field, and we'll see what we have. Might have been contact in the trench. We'll see. The officials will sort things out just a little bit. Now we'll go to the field for the call. Now we have an unsportsmanlike conduct whistled against the South here, and boy, you want to talk about a time where you don't need a penalty like this. Personal fouls, roughing plays, and now an unsportsmanlike conduct will take them
out of the red zone.
Let's go to the field. What's that?
Dead ball foul. Failure to wear required equipment. 5-yard penalty.
An equipment foul instead of an unsportsmanlike foul.
A second dead ball foul for unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
Dual fouls against the South. Both dead ball fouls. That results in 20 yards worth of penalties, and instead of being 1st and goal at the 8, you've got 2nd and goal at the 28-yard line, and there's a timeout on the field being taken by the South. Frank Hepler wants to talk it over with his crew. He cannot be happy about what he's seeing right now. Again, penalties hurting this team. And do we have another flag on the play? The officials are throwing yet another flag on this play. Let's see what's going on here. Coaching staff coming out to talk to its team, but we see another flag fly on the play, thrown just to the outside of the South huddle. And my only guess could be somebody said something to an official in that situation.
Boy, I hope not, Bill. Already with your team backed up 20 yards, there's no reason to get heated about it now. You have to go out there and focus and concentrate on the task at hand. And the task at hand is trying to regain that yardage.
Big number 68, Mark Shapiro, walking to the sidelines. He may have been ejected from the ball game. Let's see if we can get a call on the field here. Mark.
Here comes the explanation.
It's another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty whistled against the South, and that may very well have gone against Mark Shapiro because he walked to the sideline, and you don't traditionally yank you in. He's taking his shoulder pads and jersey off, and Mr. Shapiro not exactly going to make friends and family very happy or coaching staff with this ejection on an unsportsmanlike conduct. With 3 minutes and 11 seconds to play in this game. It is now 2nd and goal at the 42-yard line. Have you ever seen anything like this?
I haven't seen triple dead ball penalties like that, Bill.
Schneider drops the pass, floats one down the middle of the field, nearly picked off. Safety's just simply sitting back and playing center field there, and not mistaken, that's the man whistled for the pass interference a little while ago, Dio Hill, who nearly came up with the interception. It'll be 3rd down and goal, and we've got an injured South player on the field, and it looks like quarterback Ryan Schneider. And this 11th annual Shrine Bowl has really disintegrated here in the final couple of minutes into a lot of penalties and now some injuries. And Ryan Schneider is laying on the field. Let's take a look at this instant replay in the hit, Dave.
Schneider sitting back there, looks well protected at the moment, but as he releases the ball, look at that hit put on him, crushes him, hit in the middle of the torso, but still was able to get the ball downfield. Boy, I hope he's not seriously injured here.
This is a young man who's got a career in front of him at the University of Central Florida. It looks like maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him, so that's good news. Boy, that is the last thing you want to see late in an all-star game, in a game where really this young man doesn't have a whole lot to gain except for perhaps a win because he's got his collegiate career in front of him.
He doesn't appear to be hurt seriously. However, because they stopped play, he's going to have to be out for. He's going to have to go off the field for at least one play. Who's going to come in at quarterback?
That'll be Luis Gonzalez who will come back in. And like I said before, we haven't seen a whole lot from Luis Gonzalez here in the second half of this ball game. A big kid out of Coral Park High School who is down for the University of Cincinnati next year. 6'3", 205 pounds, so he'll be called upon to try and engineer something here on 3rd and goal from the 42-yard line. 4 wide receivers set now from the south. Look at how they're all backed up on the north defense, just playing center field. Here's Gonzalez back at midfield, heaving it long, heaving it deep. Bryant goes up for it and nearly came down with it. And a flag on the play. And a flag on the play. And the flag came in late from the back judge. And what do we have?
You're going to see Antonio doing a great job shielding the defender and attempting to catch this ball. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a tough call to make right now. But Antonio did a very smart thing and shielded the defender away from that ball and made the official make that call there.
Defensive pass interference, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Boy, you want to talk about a break of breaks right here. 3rd and 40 to go 42, and they catch a break on a pass interference. Boy, and it looked like a pretty aggressive play at the ball too by the defender.
I think Derek Jackson has been playing defensive cornerback very aggressively tonight. That call could have gone either way, but let me tell you this, Antonio Bryant put his team back in the scoring position.
Look at the penalty yardage. Both teams over 100 yards. The South 13 for 152, the North 9 for 106. Sloppy football here at Mandarin High School as we now go under 3 minutes to play in the ball game. And what's so important about that penalty, Dave, is gives them a first down, plus gets them back near field goal range.
And in a 3-point game, that's all they need right now.
So Schneider's back in the ball game. Gonzalez takes a seat. He did his duty. He got it deep. Here's a pass downfield looking for Tavares Spillman with the catch. Touchdown! What a play by Tavares Spillman! One official has signaled touchdown. Now the other official comes in from the backside and says no catch. This is the same man who threw the interference flag a minute ago is now saying no catch on Tavares Spillman's touchdown. And he had the angle on the backside to see if the ball came out or not. Man, oh man, what a big play and a big call by the official.
We're going to get to take a real good look at here. Here's Schneider coming back in after the injury. Throws the ball up. Let's take a look at this. Looks like he has possession right now and stripped of the ball.
Great call by the official on the backside. And a big-time break for the North defense. A beautiful pass by Schneider. Here you see it again. Spillman just simply couldn't hang on. And, hey, credit Derek Jackson because he was the man who got his arm up in there and jarred it loose.
Derek Jackson has been involved in so many big plays tonight. Has committed a couple... He has committed a couple pass interference plays, but also has created some big plays on defense. That may be the biggest one of the night.
Penalty declined on that play by the North defense. That'll set up now a 2nd down and 10 from about the 25-yard line. Opting not to give them another down. They'll want them to run it here. 2nd and 10. 4 wide receivers for Ryan Schneider in this South offense. He's had success throwing the ball long. Will he again this time? He'll look long. He'll throw long. He has a man caught. Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown, Clinton Jones! What a simply unbelievable throw and catch by the quarterback, Ryan Schneider, and Clinton Jones in the back of the end zone, and the South leads the North.
Look at this. Ryan Schneider here, back to pass, in the rain, delivers the ball to Clinton Jones, who is streaking down the right side, gets behind his defender. Oh, makes a tough catch in the rain. Look at this. Cradles the ball and is able to get down to what a throw and a catch. What a throw and a catch in these kind of conditions. I'll tell you what, it's a good thing we didn't give up on Schneider. I'll tell you what, he's delivered the ball very accurately here in the fourth quarter, and he has put his team ahead.
Here's the extra point by Everhart. The place is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And with 2:38 to play in the ball game, the South has stormed back from 17-7 down to take a 21-7 lead, and now the pressure goes squarely back on that North offense. I think we now know why Schneider's going to UCF to play quarterback, and Clinton Jones is going to Auburn to play wide receiver. There's your score late in the fourth quarter here, 21-17 at the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl. And I'll tell you this, Dave Wydell, we've had some down points in this game. The second and the third quarters were pretty low scoring, but the fourth and the first quarters have been as exciting as can be here at Mandarin High School.
You know, it's funny. The South comes out in the second half and is determined to run the ball a little bit, maybe softens up the North defense. Now the North defense has trouble covering the receivers from the South. Schneider has done an outstanding job, and let's not forget, Schneider was knocked out of the game just 2 plays ago, comes in, makes a great throw, and makes another great throw for a touchdown grab by Clinton Jones to put his team ahead by 4 in the fourth quarter.
The long ball has been the friend of this South squad here in the fourth quarter. Whether it's been Clinton Jones or Antonio Bryant, whether it's been Ryan Schneider or Luis Gonzalez throwing the football, the South has had terrific opportunities, and they've taken advantage time and time again here in the fourth quarter. The scoring drive last time by the South, it took a while. 15 plays. They went 83 yards in 3:44. Clinton Jones, 31-yard in a TD reception from quarterback Ryan Schneider. Back deep to receive on the kick from Scott Everhart is Raymond Hudson, who has been very quiet tonight. The kick is long. It comes to Hudson and about the 12, across the 20, 25-yard line. He'll break it outside, across the 50, or the 45, out near the 50-yard line to about the 47-yard line. A terrific run back by Raymond Hudson, who's been quiet in the backfield tonight, but just came just shy of breaking this one, Dave.
He fielded this cleanly in the rain. He gets a couple of nice blocks by his special teams teammates right here and goes right up the gut. There's a seam. He decides not to go outside, just to get as many yards as he can right up the pipe, and puts his team in great field position.
Terrific run back by Hudson, and now the offense is out. Mike Mitchell out of Colonial High School is charged with taking his team 53 yards to pay dirt and a win. They'll force one out to the outside, and Antonio Wilkerson, the speedster from Vanguard in Ocala, comes up with the catch. 13 yards downfield and a North first down. 2:22 to play in the ball game. Wilkerson found a seam.
Pressure's on the North offense. A field goal will not win it for them. They're going to have to stick it in the end zone tonight.
And this is one of those situations where when you're a defensive coordinator, you got to take that chance. Do we sit back and let them get the underneath stuff, or do we continue to be aggressive?
Well, I think you've got to go with the bend and don't break defensive philosophy here.
Mitchell back in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Wilkerson out to the outside. Here's a rifle pass again. This time he misses Wilkerson, and he had him open again in a seam. Nearly picked off that time by Rashad Johnson from the South defense.
You're seeing the South defense's secondary playing back, giving them a little bit of room, so they're allowing the North to complete passes in front of them, but they do not want to get beat and end this game right now, Bill.
2nd and 10 from the South 40-yard line. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the ball game. The South has scored 14 unanswered points and leads here 21-17. North on the move in South territory. 3 wide receivers. Mitchell in the shotgun. Gives on the inside handoff. Raymond Hudson's got it, but not much there for Hudson. As he gets barely back to the line of scrimmage, that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Hudson's had some success. Oh, look at this, a little inside draw off the shotgun. Not fooling that linebacker, though, not fooling the safeties. Now in a really precarious position, 3rd and 10.
And the clock continues to run. 1:44, 1:43, 1:42 as they count it down. On 3rd and 10. 4 down territory right now for the North squad. Here's Mitchell, barking signals. He'll look. Fire downfield, just behind the receiver he wanted. On the far side, I think that was Nick Thompson he was looking for. The young man from Leon High School, bound for FAMU in the fall. The sprinter who couldn't get himself open. Minute 28, clock stop, now 4th and 10.
Tough break for the North offense here in a really tough position at 4th and 10 with the field position they have with 1:28 remaining. They're going to have, this is 4-down territory. They're going to have to go for it. A field goal doesn't help.
Mike Mitchell went to the sideline, got instructions from Steve Harden's coaching staff. This could be the ball game. 4th and 10 from the 40-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Mitchell to drop to pass. Fires outside. Looking for Wilkerson. He's got Wilkerson. Did he get enough for the first down? That will be the question. The officials on the near side here appear to have marked him close enough for the first down. Now let's see where they put the ball down. Wilkerson at 5'7", used every bit of it to try to stretch the ball out over the 30-yard line, which is where he had to get. And the officials say first down for the North.
Big play by Wilkerson. Smart enough to know that he had to reach out and get that first down. Couldn't get it just on the catch alone. Boy, this gives him a bunch of downs, but there's 1:18 left in the game. A field goal does not help. They have to stick it in the end zone.
So the drive stays alive for the North. As they move the chains, the officials will hold things for just a minute. As soon as the chains are set, they will wind the clock and set it into motion. 1:18. Little Antonio Wilkerson, a 5'7", 163-pound wide receiver from Ocala Vanguard, bound for Manhattan, Kansas in the fall, has kept this drive alive for the North squad. They are now 30 yards from pay dirt, 30 yards from touchdown, and 30 yards from a victory in this All-Star game. Now, wait a minute. After signaling for the first down, now the officials are calling for the chains. It may have been a generous spot. Let's see.
We're going to take a look at the replay here. Here's another here's an official measurement, and they're saying first down.
Well, let's see what it says on the replay, Dave.
Let's take a look at Wilkerson. Makes a great catch here in traffic. Now turns upfield. He hasn't gotten down yet. Hasn't had a knee touch. Wow. I don't think he crossed the 30-yard line.
Boy, Dave, I think he was about a yard short. The North can thank their lucky stars that the ball came on that side, because I guarantee if that spot came on the south side, that would not have been a first down. So a generous spot and a measurement keeps this North drive alive. And the beauty of instant replay lets us see it right here on Sunshine. Nice work by Mike and the folks in the truck. Good job, guys. 3 wide receivers on the field. Here's Mike Mitchell looking to the outside. Has a man on the outside. Not much of a gain on the outside. Ellis DeBro trying to tiptoe his way up the sideline. Big target, bound for Central Florida in the fall out of Woodham High School. At 6'4", 205 pounds, I'm surprised we haven't called Ellis's name more tonight.
Nice catch, but very dangerous throw at this point in the game, Bill. All the way across the field in the flat. That could be easily intercepted under these conditions. Don't want to see these guys throw the game away on an interception and a turnover now.
They're going to say DeBro didn't get any kind of a gain on that play, so it'll be a 2nd and 10. And they did waste some time. Just 48 seconds remain here on the game clock. Back at the 30-yard line, 2nd and 10. Mitchell in the shotgun. Looks downfield, surveys, looking long, has a man there, no good. They're going to say that Nick Thompson couldn't catch up with it. I thought there might have been some contact along the sideline, but boy, Philip Buchanan, who's played both ways tonight, did a nice job marking Thompson all the way up the sideline, and it'll now be 3rd and 10.
He did a good job in forcing the receiver not to be able to run the route that he wanted to run right up the sideline. Incidental contact, they're both running stride for stride. And I thought it was a good play by the South defense.
Absolutely. The South defense holding firm here. 3rd down and 10. 42 seconds now to play. 2 wide receivers split here to the right. 1 split far to the left and a tight end. Mitchell takes the snap. Loses his footing. Now fires to this side. Has a man. Wilkerson can't hold on to it at the 20-yard line. Antonio Wilkerson had it for a moment, and Rashad Johnson came up, stuck him, and Wilkerson dropped the football. So that brings up for the 2nd time in the last 90 seconds a 4th and 10. This time from the 30, the yard line to reach the 20.
Can Wilkerson and the North offense breathe life into themselves again? The last time, a very generous call on the Wilkerson catch. I don't know if they're going to get that call again. If it's a close one, it's 4th and 10. He has to get all of it this time.
Let's see what the options are here for the offense. Do you go for the whole shooting match here, or do you go for the first down? It looks like Wilkerson's got solo coverage here to the right side. Here's Mitchell. He'll look. He'll fire to the outside and intercepted. The ball is intercepted and taken back upfield by Antoine Joyce. Antoine Joyce, who will be a hurricane in the fall. Wreaks havoc like a hurricane in the secondary there from Plant City High School. Antoine Joyce puts an exclamation point on this game for the South. And a flag whistled against the North. The South will decline this penalty and take over on down.
Let's see Antoine Joyce here dropping back into his coverage area. Boy, he's right where he's supposed to be to take away that little in route.
Field on the offense. Penalty is declined. Change of possession on the interception. First down, Green.
Mitchell trying to force a pass there that just wasn't there, but he was going to his best receiver, Antonio Wilkerson. Boy, Antoine did a really nice job being exactly where he was supposed to be in his drop. Was smart enough not to give the ball up either. Boy, I tell you, the Hurricanes got a winner in that guy.
Man, oh man, what a play by Joyce. Now all the South has to do is kneel on the football. 25 seconds to play in the ball game. The South will take a timeout here. And they'll try and discuss what their strategy is going to be. South takes a timeout. They're going to discuss strategy here. You don't want to pull a Pisarcik. Don't hand the ball off. Just let your best man take a knee and put a safety back so nobody gets it. What's that formation called, Dave? What do they call it in Jacksonville?
Victory formation.
We'll see if it results in a victory here for the South. A tremendous defensive play on 4th and 10 by Antoine Joyce. And I'll tell you, if Joyce isn't there, that's a first down because that ball had some steam on it, and it looked like Antonio Wilkerson had the inside route on the play.
Joyce did a real nice job dropping back into the coverage area that he was assigned. You know, they always talk about linebackers, and they talk about him being stiff. And he was able to rotate his hips and drop back into that coverage area.
Here comes that victory formation. The snap taken by quarterback Ryan Schneider. And a timeout taken by the North.
Let's remember that the South was willing to give up 30 yards in field position on dead ball fouls just a few minutes ago. Let's hope they wouldn't do that again.
So evidently Steve Harden's not going to go down here without a fight. He's got timeouts to burn. He's going to use them with 20 seconds to play. I don't know how many timeouts he's got left. Do we know? He's got maybe one more timeout left after this, and he says he's going to use it. And now Steve Harden's walking across the field. Talk to the coaches. Talk to the officials. And I don't quite know what he's doing over there, but he is talking, and it looks like he might be talking to Frank Hepler across the way, head coach of the South squad.
Ryan Schneider is going to take another kneel down here. Boy, what a second half he's had, Bill.
He really has. He's come up with big throws and taken some big hits in this second half, too, and still been able to take care of business. And he'll take one more knee, will Ryan Schneider, and the referees say one more timeout by the North squad. So Steve Harden didn't even make it off the field last time. He was standing at about the 35-yard line, about out near the hash mark, and they snapped the ball anyway. Wasn't in too much of a hurry to get off the field. Doesn't appear to be in too good a mood right now either. You know, as much as this is an all-star game for the kids, these coaches take this awfully seriously. It's bragging rights for these guys. And again, Steve Harden's a guy that's been here before. It's his 4th appearance in the Shrine Bowl game. And he brings all his assistant coaches back. All these guys that coach with him on the staff are former assistant coaches of his that are now coaching elsewhere. So he's got his own little stable of coaches out there that are now elsewhere having good success, and he brings them back for a big reunion, he told me, every year.
There's that last kneel down by Schneider, and that should be enough.
And it's not, because evidently the North had a full complement of their timeouts. So Steve Harden's using them all. To his credit, he's not going to go down without a fight. 11 seconds remain on the clock. That'll be 4th down when they go back under center one more time, which means they're going to have to punt the ball, or else the North's going to get it at about the 20-yard line. Ryan Schneider, you mentioned a good second half tonight. I would say so. 10 of 23 here in the second half tonight. 175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Schneider coming in and doing the job in the second half. The South really didn't have a great first half. They needed to come out here and complete passes to their playmakers. Schneider came out and focused, really threw some rifle shots out there tonight. And Antonio Anderson and his receiver Clinton Jones did a heck of a job coming in and making big plays, allowing them to take the lead against a North offense that just didn't really click in the second half.
That's fourth down, and it appears like they're going to snap the ball to their quarterback, Ryan Schneider. And Schneider's going to run through the end zone. He's going to take the safety, and 6 seconds tick off the clock. 2 points go on the North scoreboard, and we're going to have ourselves a little kickoff here. So they're stretching this out just a little bit here, I would say. But these kids are going to get their money's worth tonight. Don't forget, folks, to stick around after the game. We'll have a wrap-up for you, all the stats from this game. And, of course, your MVP awards and a lot of other things. So hang tight after this game. We're going to take a quick timeout. 5 seconds to play in this one. We'll come back and put a wrap on it when we're done. The South will kick to the North when we return. 21-19 South at the 1999 Shrine Bowl here on Sunshine.
This is the first year for the Orlando Miracle. What's it going to be like? It's going to be fun. Fun for girls, fun for boys, fun for moms and dads, fun for everyone. This is the first year for the WNBA in Orlando, and there's never going to be another first. Believe me, you don't want to miss it.
Watch your Orlando Miracle take on the Minnesota Lynx Wednesday, July 7th. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Disney team poster. For tickets, call Ticketmaster 407-839-3900.
Very excited to be back in the community. I love the fans down here.
If you haven't been to an arena football game live, come to the National Car Rental Center because you'll love it, and I guarantee you'll be back. Arena football is an Iron Man game.
These guys are tough.
If you want to see some high-scoring action, come see Al McNair and the Florida Bobcats. My kids love it. Your kids will love it. The Florida Bobcats.
Cinemax has the hottest hits in July. Oscar winner Nicolas Cage is an angel who falls for immortal Meg Ryan and takes the plunge in the romantic City of Angels. And speaking of romance, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet fog up the screen while the frigid North Atlantic claims Titanic. And there's steamy intrigue when lust, murder, and double crosses are on Nev Campbell and Denise Richards' minds in Wild Things. The temperature's rising, and it's because of the great hits on Cinemax and Media One.
Florida is ready to enforce the toughest law in the land on criminals who use guns. So if you've got a friend who thinks he's tough, let him know that this law is tougher. Starting July 1st, if you pull a gun while committing a crime, you're going to get a mandatory 10 years in prison. If you pull the trigger, you'll do 20 years. If you shoot someone, whether they live or die, you're going to spend 25 years to the rest of your life in prison.
10, 20, life. The law is here.
We play your game on Sunshine Network.
Five seconds to play in this one, 21-19. The South versus the North here at the 1999 Shrine Bowl. Mandarin High School in Jacksonville. Scott Everhart will kick in this one, and it's an onside kick. And it's kicked around, booted around, and recovered by whom?
Well, I tell you, if it's recovered by the North, they've got no time to get the field goal team out there.
They do. That ball was recovered by the North at about the 30-yard line. And that means the hometown boy, Gabe Levitt from Mandarin High School, is going to get a shot to win this one for the North.
Gabe Levitt, who earlier attempted a 35-yarder and made it, has a chance to win the game right here with 2 seconds left.
This is unbelievable. The onside kick, hoping to catch the North off guard, did not work. The North pounces on it at about the 30-yard line, and now Gabe Levitt will get about a 47-yard field goal to try and win this game for the North.
Too much of a risk there. I don't know why they didn't kick that downfield, Bill.
The spot will go down at about the 47-yard line, maybe the 48. This will be the last play of the game. Levitt to play hero for the North. call it at the 31. It'll go down at about the 38, 48-yard attempt. Boy, oh boy, Dave. We'll discuss this here in the postgame show, but boy, if this goes through and the North wins this game, Frank Hepler is going to have a long ride back to Plantation, Florida, and a long time to think about his onside kick. I'll tell you that much right now. They're going to put seconds back on the clock. There's 5 seconds to play now. They've added 3 seconds to the game clock, so it's 5 seconds to play in this one. The ball will go down at about, call it the 48-yard line. The kick is up. It's on its way, and it's good! It's good! Gabe Levitt has won the game for the North, and they come from behind in an improbable victory and beat the South 22-21. What an unbelievable play by the product of Mandarin High School.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Everything has to be perfect on this. A 47-yard field goal for a high schooler is an awful tough kick. Nice snap, nice hold. There's the swing by Gabe Levitt. Look at this ball. Look at this ball split the uprights, Bill, from 47 yards.
He had plenty of leg on that kick. What an unbelievable finish to a high school career for a young man who made his hay on this field in Jacksonville, Florida, who will go to kick next year at the University of Central Florida. Gabe Levitt. An unbelievable finish to this 1999 Shrine Bowl contest. Just a terrific way to go, and look at the kids on the South squad. They can't believe it. Just moments ago, the kids over there in the green thought they had themselves a win. And lo and behold, the North comes from behind to win this one 22-21.
Devastation on the south sideline, and by all rights, they should feel that way. There's no way they should have done that. And I'll tell you what, let's not take anything away from Gabe. Had a chance to win the game, 47-yarder, and did an outstanding job.
22-21, your final score from Mandarin High School here in Jacksonville. So the 1999 Shrine Bowl comes to a close, and right there, folks, he's your hero. Gabe Levitt, the kicker, drills it from 47 to win it as time expires. We'll take a break and be back with more on a wrap-up here at the 11th Annual Shrine Bowl right after this on Sunshine.
My winning formula? First, I train. Then, I motivate. Fuel up. And dominate. What's your winning formula? Log on to Gatorade.com now and tell us. Gatorade, is it in you?
Hi, I'm Chipper Jones. Next to baseball, I like to help kids. Here's a great idea that will help you and help save a child, help some really deserving boys and girls. Did you know that you can donate your unwanted vehicles, cars, trucks, motorhomes, motorcycles, boats, any vehicle, and receive the full tax benefit allowed by law? That's right, something you already own could be of really great help to kids in need. So why not pick up the phone right now and call 1-888-325-0900 and donate that vehicle.
Children are our most precious gift, yet we allow them to suffer. Thousands are dying each day from hunger and disease, and you can do something. You can save one child. Call Christian Children's Fund and help save one needy child through your love and generosity for just 80 cents a day. The number's on your screen. Ask for a picture of a child you can sponsor. There's a child out there you can help. Please call now.
What an improbable finish here to the 1999 Shrine Bowl. 22-21 the North wins. Let's head back down to the field for some post-game festivities.
The 1999 Florida Shrine Bowl Most Valuable Players. Number 88 from the South, Antonio Bryant from Miami Northwestern. From the North, number 36, DeWitt Betterman from Bradford County. We have the winning trophy goes to the North team.
No, not ready.
Yeah. All right, let's go down.
Down here with Coach Steve Harden. Coach, a tough, hard-fought game and a fantastic finish. You must be proud of your kids.
Well, unbelievable game like that. Both teams played hard, and we got a break there at the end. And you know, DeWitt, I mean, the net just made a tremendous kick, and you know, that's why he's a champion, why he's kicking at the next level.
Also, I guess it helps he's kicking on his home field. Also, maybe a little bit of advantage here tonight with the wet conditions.
I don't think there's any doubt. He was hungry when it happened. When it, you know, we saw it was on the 48. You know, he's kicked them all week over 50, so we felt real good he'd hit it if it didn't get blocked.
And finally, Coach, I think you talk a little bit about DeWitt Betterson's performance. Got you guys off to that fast start, and it really seems like a snowball there for you for a while.
Well, I think the big thing about DeWitt, he worked hard all week, and he's a great player and a great back, and you know, he shined when we needed him, and you know, he got us off to a springboard start there. Then also made a couple great runs on our second touchdown drive. So well deserved and a good game, and it was a lot of fun. Our players had fun this week, and you know, they go home feeling good about themselves.
Well, Coach Harden, congratulations, and good luck to you. We'll probably see you here in the near future, I'm sure.
Okay, thank you all very much. Thanks.
Steve Harden, let's go back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you so much, Scott. Head coach Steve Harden out of Springfield Rutherford High School, and the victorious coach tonight for the North as they beat the South here 22-21. There's a look at some of your final stats. Really, Dave, the South outgained the North in every statistical category, with the exception of turnovers, which the North ruled. They outplayed them in the second half. In a lot of ways, they deserved to win this game, but you don't deserve to win the game on the stat sheet. And the North came out, and they stuck to it till the very end, utilized their timeouts, forced the South into a safety and an onside kick, and then the rest was up to Gabe Levitt, and he drilled it from 47, and the North comes away with a win.
I didn't like the onside kick attempt there. Certainly backed up where they were. They had more to lose than they had to gain. If you kick it downfield, you're forcing the returner to run 70, 80 yards for a touchdown in 5 or 6 seconds. But when you do the onside kick and you do not recover it, you're allowing a kicker who's already made a 35-yarder have a chance at a 45, 47-yarder to win it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But the South did a great job in rebounding in the second half, and the North never quit and allowed themselves a chance of victory.
Well, one more time, the final score from Mandarin High School here in Jacksonville, Florida. The North, 22-21 winners over the South in the 1999 and the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl. And here it is one more time. Gabe Levitt, Mandarin High School product, a winner on his home field one more time. For Scott Jackson, Dave Wydell, and a special thanks to Paul, who kept stats for us tonight, and everybody who helped out behind the scenes and in the truck. I'm Bill Riley saying so long and good night from Mandarin High School in Jacksonville at the 11th annual Florida Shrine Bowl.
9 on Going Deep. Go inside with the new Sultan of SWAT, Cardinal slugger Mark McGuire. Then take a journey to golf's front lines for a closer look at the Club Wars. Going Deep, Sunday at 9 on Sunshine. We play your game on Sunshine Network.
America, a land established on the rule of law. The day-to-day business of writing that law starts here in the nation's capital. And throughout the land, there are consequences for ignoring that law. Well, every summer, a few miles from here, the PGA Tour makes a stop. So we thought that in the shadow of the Capitol, it was time to address the fact that the game of golf is also based on the rule of law, sort of. It can be complex, or it can be simply a matter of common sense. We'll take an entertaining look at the rules of golf and the people who enforce them on this month's edition of This is the PGA Tour. Oh, yeah, good hit.
Believe me, folks, this is no walk in the park.